Good Thursday morning to you all. Welcome to the Potting Shed. Good morning, my lovely
Bex.
Adam.
How you doing?
So nice to have you back in the
Nice to see
Potting
you as
Shed
well.
with
Yeah,
us.
good to be here with you all, as always.
It's nice,
Love
isn't it?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Sean anywhere? Just seem to have lost him. He's gone completely.
I think he's gone climbing the Alps looking for rare alpines, I think.
Sean's going to be back next week, in actual fact. I think on Wednesday or Thursday he will be in the Potting Shed, but Wednesday and Thursday I'm hearing it in my ear. Wednesday with me, Thursday with you. How exciting.
Well, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, look forward to that.
Enough about him. We're here together today. And that is the most important thing right now. And the most important thing that I want to tell you about, our lovely YouGarden viewers, is that with every single purchase that you make from us here at YGTV, we are going to put a free gift into your basket for you. And this is a bit of a stonker, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. I mean, yeah, look at that. That's again, that's no lazy giveaway, is it, as I like to say. I nearly said a swear word then.
Oh, don't do that.
I nearly said a
We'll
swear
get in
beginning
trouble.
with B-L-O-O-D-Y. I mean, good. They
It's a
really
great one. Let's stick with that one. A bag of 5 of our skyscraper lily bulbs. And these are no ordinary lilies, are they?
No, well, we did have, sometimes we show some ridiculous pictures of these, it's like where there's a little girl standing underneath these and they're about 4 or 5 foot above her. Because these, as we know, Bex, year on year, get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point eventually the stems can be like a thickness of broom handles.
Exactly.
And they could be, what, 5, 6, 7 foot tall?
Absolutely, yeah.
Giants.
And you don't just get like one lily at the end of that stem, do you?
No.
You get loads of them.
You do, yeah. I mean, they're mind-boggling. They're mammoth. They take a few years to get there, but you know they are long-lived. They are stunning. Quite often they're fragrant. They are just dramatic. That's the word.
Indeed. And the most important thing is they're absolutely free with any purchase that you make from us at YGTV. And yeah, as Stu says, that's our favourite thing about them. A pack of 5 of them, worth £7.99, but totally free when you place your order. There is, though, an important thing that you need to do in order to get your free gift, and that is to use the offer code, which is on the screen right now. The offer code is YGTV2124. That does change every week, but this week, YGTV2124. It's very simple to do. The other thing that I want to tell you about is that there is a bit of a postage incentive for you. Now, if your order is under £40, you'll only ever pay 1 postage cost. So if you've got 4 items in your basket, all of which have got postage attached, as long as you enter that code YGTV2124, you'll only pay that 1 postage cost. But if you get your order to over £40, we will take off that postage cost entirely. Now, there's even better things that happen when you enter that code as well. You get the savings, you get the discounts, you get the buy one, get one free, the buy one, get 2 frees. And we do bring you some of the absolute best savings here at YGTV, even better savings than you'll get as a regular YouGarden customer a lot of the time. This is why we want everybody to know about this. Let's tell you about one of the best savings in actual fact, and that's to do with our Prisma pots that we've got
They're
here.
nice. I like those.
I love these. I've got a couple of these, Adam.
Oh, yeah. Look
I
at
have got
those.
some of these. Did you know this deal, by the way?
No, because I wasn't on yesterday, so...
£6.99 for one.
OK,
But it's a buy one, get one free.
Whoa.
But if you put 2 in your basket,
Yeah.
it goes down to £5.99 in a buy one, get one free.
So £5.99 for 2.
Yeah, but you'll actually get 4 because it's buy one, get one free.
And I just see something on the bottom as well.
What are you saying? Oh, £7.99 it says on there.
Yeah.
We've obviously sold them at a higher price in the past. Oh my word, even better savings here for you.
Look at that.
So 130331, put 1 in your basket, you'll get another one absolutely free, and that'll cost you £6.99. Put 2 in your basket, it will be £5.99, and you'll get 2 of them absolutely free.
These are lush.
Aren't they gorgeous as well?
Really,
they're a really good size too, don't you think?
These are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? I mean...
You're hearing some more stuff in your ear, aren't you?
So buy 5, it goes to £4.99. So, like, if you buy 100, are they free?
Yeah. So if you put 5 in your basket, they'll go down to £4.99, and you'll still get 5 free as well. So look, all of this applies. Okay, so they're £6.99 each. We're going to give you a free one for everyone you buy. But the more you buy, the lower the price becomes. So if you buy 2, they'll be £5.99 each, and you'll get 2 free. If you buy 5, you'll get 5 for free, and they'll be £4.99 per pair. So it works out as £2.50 each if you're buying 5 of these. That's incredible, isn't it?
I mean...
There's even more here. If you buy 10, you're going to get 10 for free, and they'll be £2.90. I mean, £2 each basically is what they work out as. This is probably one of our biggest pot deals that we're doing. I've got a couple of these. I'm growing hostas in these actually. So I grew my hostas in them last year. They're coming back this year. They're looking absolutely beautiful. They're a great size.
That's what I like about them, Bex. I mean, these are just so substantial. Oh, even look when you look under the rim as well. They've got kind of those little filaments under the rim as well, so just sort of actually strengthen the rim of the pot. I mean, look at the sort of like around there, they're all sort of reinforced underneath the rim of the pot there. And I love the way this is so sort of raised as well. I mean, you can actually, that's actually textured. You can feel that, and that colour. I mean, whoa, these. I don't normally have favourites, but I've got to say, so far, of kind of all the shows I've done with you. Oh, I'm not allowed favourites.
No, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're allowed to.
These are my favourites so far.
Yeah, they're really good. Excellent size. They'll be great for so many different things. Your summer bedding. There's my hosta. That picture was taken last year. Actually, the flower spikes are starting to come through now. The foliage is lush and the flowers are coming up. But look at how that green looks really gorgeous. I love having loads of pots in my garden. I'm a big fan of container growing, and particularly when they work out at this amazing value. So the more you buy, the less you pay, basically.
And I know you like aces.
You didn't know that. Didn't you know that?
I've never said that. You've never said a thing about aces.
I do love aces. Right, so if you want the pots, 130331 is the item number. Remember, the more you put in your basket, the less you're going to pay, and you're going to get buy one, get one free included on there as well. So that is a stonking deal. Add some of those into your basket. But the first thing we are going to talk about is the Passiflora, the passion flower. This, Adam, I was telling you, was the big one on the show yesterday. We had so many of these go through in people's baskets. So many, in fact, that we actually had to give a stock update, which is very rare here at YGTV. We do try and keep as many things with deep stocks as possible, because obviously these shows can be watched, later on catch-up and things. We've got over 80% of these sold out, so less than 20% left. We're down to low double numbers now.
Look at that, Bex. I mean, that is just staggering. I mean, how has nature created a flower like that?
I know, I mean that looks incredible front on like that, but I just want to turn this around to the side as well, because I really want you to see the dimension that you've got with that flower as well. It's not just beautiful straight on, is it? Look at how interesting and unique that is.
Yeah, well, it's kind of there was a kind of a story about, like a Christian story about this as well, because I think passion flower, and it was something to do with the Passion of Christ or something, when they kind of first discovered the flower.
Okay.
And apparently each part, like one part represents Christ on the cross, and another bit's supposed to represent the apostles. And
I never knew that.
There's a kind of religious story linked to the flower, as well as all the other history of it. But what I like about this one in particular, it's a very hardy type of passion flower, this one. I mean, I've seen this in customers' gardens over the years, and I've seen it get through really, really cold winters, but I'll be honest, I've seen it get through cold winters, and quite often the top part has been knocked back, and then it reshoots and it comes back. And when it gets going, it is really, really vigorous.
It's a very vigorous grower, isn't it? So I was saying this yesterday, like, I love my jasmine, for example. It's beautiful, but that thing takes a long time to get growing and cover. If it's a tower pot or a fence or whatever, it takes time.
Yeah, jasmine does.
This one's going to do that relatively quickly, isn't it?
In one season, I mean, once this gets going, this really, really romps away. And when we get really warm summers as well, particularly warm summers, they have these incredible orange fruits that hang down as well. Kind of like miniature egg-shaped fruits that hang down, and they look attractive in their own right as well. They aren't edible. I mean, there are passion flower fruits that are edible. These ones from this particular
They don't taste very nice, do they? Don't even bother.
Leave them for the birds. But yeah, I mean, and even the leaves. I mean, I love the leaves as well. The great shaped leaves on there. So yeah, that's just stunning. I mean, I think that's just going to sort of walk away on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't got many of those left at all. As I say, over 80% of the stock has gone of those. It was Adam that sent us some pictures yesterday, wasn't it? Our other Adam. Adam's my brother in clay soil. He's got the clay soil in his garden as well. But yeah, he sent us some pictures of the fruits and the flowers yesterday. Still find those for us later on. But this one is a runaway deal. We don't expect these to last for the next sort of nearly 3 hours that we are going to be live here from the potting shed. That is, look the fruit that appeared on Adam's one last year. Obviously, he had all the gorgeous flowers on there as well. They're beautiful, aren't they?
They are just absolutely stunning. But I'm not often lost for words, but I mean, how did this flower develop through so many layers? It's like something from Avatar, isn't it? I mean, it's just remarkable.
Yeah, it's a bit of an alien flower. It's just it's so interesting. There's so many layers going on there that just makes you want to look at it. 550 334. 550334 is the item number if you would like to get hold of that passion flower. As I say, I don't think it's going to last the next 3 hours, so I don't like to rush you because, as I say, we like to take our time here, but that one, there is a bit of a stock warning on it. Now, it's a climber. It can climb up whatever it is you want it to climb up, and it does climb brilliantly because it's got those little tendrils that hook on. They're really clever, aren't they?
And that's the great thing about passion. I've seen passion flowers grip onto almost anything, really, and if there's something for them to grip onto, they will, and they look really good growing through other plants as well. So, for instance, if you've got a rose grown over an arch and it only flowers once, grow a passion flower through it, and then you get that double interest, because when the rose is finished flowering, the passion flower will keep flowering through the middle of it.
Perfect, yeah, absolutely. So pergolas, archways, trellises, fences, up the side of your shed, if you want to cover those up, absolutely brilliant. You can do that, but you might want a self-contained climbing apparatus.
And you got the best thing there, Bex.
So this is our deal on the tower planter and the trellis that is included with it. I've got 4. I'm just putting it out there. In fact, I've got 5 now because my flame lily is going into the 5th one that I've got. But anything that climbs, this is brilliant, isn't it?
Well, it's brilliant as well. I mean, this is brilliant because, I mean, look at all the opportunities that passion flower has got to grip on this. Yeah, I mean, there's so much for this to grip on. Some things you buy, things that are so-called supports for plants, and they're really dull, and they're boring, and they're very minimal, and there's not an actual lot for the plant to grip onto. This looks fantastic, even with nothing in it. It's got that lovely burnished kind of look. It's got the light sort of ovals there all the way down.
Yeah, and you can get your hands in. Not that the passion flower is going to need any help, but some climbers do need a bit of help. You can get your hands in just to make it go in the right direction. Yeah, just to kind of manoeuvre
it. It comes in 3 sections as well, so you can clip it together in 3 sections right from from the start, or you can just build it up gradually. But I tell you, your passion flower would be really, really, really happy in there, because when the passion flower gets going, and quite often what they do is when they send out side shoots, they don't just go straight. You get little side ones come out. So as they come out and they start to poke their way through, you can just kind of twist them round. You can shape them round. So I mean, I would almost say in one season with that passion flower, you could pretty much get this tower pot covered, because once they get a move on, wow, they get a move on.
And of course, the benefit of putting it into your tower planter is that if you ever want to move it, you can do, because it is self-contained, it's nice and lightweight, it's frost resistant, it's UV stabilised, and I do love that with these, because if something just doesn't look its best, it's gone over, you can hide it, you can move it out of the way, and when it looks absolutely beautiful, you can put it front and centre in your garden, and of course you get that lovely 360-degree display from there as well. So it doesn't matter what side of the garden you're looking at it from, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's a double up deal included on here as well. So you can just go for 1 at $24.99, or you can go for 2 for $39.98. Brings it down to £20 each, basically.
One more really quick thing, Bex, as well. This passion flower is quite hardy, but if you live in a really, really cold area, it's great because you can enjoy all the joy and pleasure and mesmerising beauty, really, of that plant in the tower pot, because in the wintertime you can just put it somewhere frost-free. It doesn't even need to be warm, just somewhere where it's not going to get frozen, frozen to death.
Lovely. So 130461 if you want to go for the tower planter. Remember that the passion flower, we're down to low numbers on there, so get that one in your basket and check out if you can early on for that one. Next, we are just going to remind you of the details of our Prisma planters, because remember, this is a buy one, get one free. Now, if you buy one, it's £6.99, and we will put another one into your basket absolutely free. So that works at £3.50 each, okay? But this is where it gets even better. If you put 2 in your basket, it comes down to £5.99, and you'll get 2 free. So that works out at £2.50 each. If you £3 each. If you buy 5 of these, we will put 5 for free into your basket, and the price comes down to £4.99, which is £2.50 each. So basically the message is the more you buy, the more you're going to save. These were originally £7.99, so this is an absolutely brilliant deal. Great size, absolutely beautiful, UV stabilised and frost resistant, nice and lightweight. As Adam pointed out, you've got those lovely bits of reinforcement around there as well, so these aren't going to crack and break. They will last you for a long time. I've got a few in my garden. I love them. them. I think they're really good. 130331 is the item number if you want to go for our stonking pot deal this morning.
Do you remember that? Oh, sorry, Bex, go on.
No, go on.
Do you remember that double glazing advert that goes to do? So you buy one, you get one free.
Absolutely.
You buy one, you get one free.
That is great marketing, isn't it?
Kind of reminded me when he was doing those pots there.
Everyone knows that. They did a brilliant job at that one. Right, let's come and join you then, because we've got some beautiful things coming up for you. We've got our favourites table over there, which has got a lot of summer bedding plants. It's got some hardy osteospermums. But we're going to start off with our double-flowered chiffon hibiscus collection. 3 hardy hibiscus.
Absolutely, hardy hibiscus in 3 incredible colours as well. 3 gorgeous, wonderful colours there. That purple one I really, really like, and those kind of decoupage, double, sumptuous, delicious, gorgeous looking flowers, and a shrub that gives you colour right at the back end of the season.
Yeah, that's really valuable, isn't it?
It is valuable, because driving around now, I mean, well, the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, and even now, you just see so many shrubs flowering their socks off now, don't you? I mean, it kind of started off with things like forsythia, for example, and ribes and all those kind of things. Then we got to camellias. Now the rhododendrons are flowering their socks off, and ceanothus. But by kind of mid to late summer, 80–90% of most flowering shrubs have pretty much finished, haven't they? These are great because August into September, even into October, they explode into colour. One flower only lasts 1 day, but don't let it put you off, because you get dozens and dozens and dozens of flowers on each plant. These are bone hardy down to about -20. They'll get to a couple of 2 or 3 metres tall if you let them, but you can prune them down to keep them in size if you want to. Really, really easy to grow, not particularly fussed about soils. Preferably like a sunny position, best in sun, dappled shade, not full shade. But yeah, just really easy, simple plants to grow that will give you stunning displays right at late summer into autumn.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, just plant them. I think a sunny spot will give you more flowers. Very easy to look after. Very well-established plants as well. Adam's going to get all excited now because he's taken a pot. He's taken one out of the pot. We've got a gorgeous root system on there. So you can add those hardy hibiscus chiffons into your garden. You can put them into a border. You can keep them in a pot quite happily. Just give them a decent amount of sunshine, and those will reward you later on in the season. 511167 is the item number. It's only £19.97 for all 3 of those. £10 saving. Get that saving by making sure you add in the code YGTV2124, or you will pay full price. We don't want you to do that. Do consider joining our club as well, because you'll get an extra 10% discount. I'll show you some details on that later. We've got over 40,000 members, so it's well worth being a member of that one. Right, we've got some rock roses, and you've actually you sent Stu some pictures of the rock roses.
This is a lovely lady's garden I look after just up the road from me. I can see her front garden from my my side door on my bungalow. Yeah, and this is her front garden in Swaffham.
Gorgeous, look at that.
That's probably about 18 inches across, and it's grown in really hot, dry, sandy, gravelly soil, and they absolutely love it. And there's an orange one in front, so you've got the orange and the yellow one. The orange one's just sort of coming out now, but such tough, robust, easy to grow plants that are just so rewarding. I mean, to get to sort of that size from the plugs, you might be looking sort of about 2 to 3 years to gradually sort of fill out.
Okay.
But they do get a move on. They grow very, very quickly. But in essence, if you're looking for a plant that will grow in very poor soil, very exposed positions, seaside gardens, for example, alpine gardens, rockeries,
gravel gardens, like we saw there.
Yeah, and anywhere, or in between paving slabs, they do great as well. You might have a bit of an old patio or a paved area you don't use particularly, but it looks a bit unattractive. But you know, you've got some cracks or broken bits. You can plant these in between, and they will just spread out like a low mound. And providing it's really bright and sunny, they just flower their socks off for week after week after week. They look amazing. And all you've got to do with these, very, very simply, after they're finished flowering, just clip over the top to take the flower heads off, just down to the kind of the new foliage underneath. And sometimes they send up odd little flushes of extra flowers. They're evergreen as well, so they look good all the way through the winter. But they are just one of these amazing plants that, for minimum input, will grow in the most awkward places where other things won't, but give you the most extraordinary displays and results.
Of course, and you are getting 3 different colours included in there. So if you get 1 pack, you'll get 2 each of those 3 different colours, 6 in total. But of course, you can double up here and you can get 12 of those. So double the amount basically, and it's only $4.99 more. So it's half price for the second lot, if you see what I mean. So well worth doing that because they are really versatile. So many places you can put them. Put them in the gaps, front of borders, make sure the weeds aren't coming through. This will stop that.
Oh, definitely.
Put them in those gaps, absolutely. And so many flowers for year on year. 480992 if you want to go for the Rock Roses collection. Now we're going to bring you our Sunbelievable. This one is going to flower its socks off. We have been bringing it to you for a few weeks, but it's super popular. And this is the absolute best time to grab this, isn't it? Because it's just going to keep getting better and better and better.
This is beautiful. It's like you say, you're unbelievable. You know, it's kind of, it is, you know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. Somebody once, over the course of a season, got to counting 1,000 flowers and then eventually gave up. I mean, it's obviously not 1,000 on it at one point, but over a long period of time. And these form a wonderful mound, don't they, Bex? You know, kind of a nice dome shape.
They do. This is a customer picture. So Andrew sent these in, and this was from last year. It looks like he's got 2 plants there.
Well, you say that. I mean, it looks like he's got 2. But I mean, you know, unless you knew there were 2, you would think somebody would planted like a dozen or so, wouldn't you? Sort of plants in there. To think 2 plants.
Yeah.
And
that is a snapshot. So that's a snapshot on one day.
On one day.
Imagine how many he had all through the season. And there's a secret to the success here, isn't there?
Yeah, well, the thing is, this plant, it can't produce seed, and it wants to produce seed. So what it keeps doing, in its frustration, it keeps producing flower because it wants to produce seed. Every time it puts a flower out that doesn't produce seed, it thinks to itself, hold on a minute, I've got one aim in life here. That's to set seed. That's what all plants want to do. I've sent that flower out. That's not produced seed. That flower must be a dud. I know what, I'll send another flower out, see if that will produce seed. That doesn't produce seed. You get the story, don't you? You get the idea. So this plant is permanently frustrated trying to produce seed. And in that effort of trying to produce seed, it just keeps producing more and more and more flowers. It's a nice compact plant. I mean, probably about 2 or 3 foot.
Yeah,
kind of a nice sort of dome shape.
Spread.
Yeah, and unlike the traditional kind of sunflowers, and I know a lot of you will be getting your kids to start growing them soon. Yeah, we have the school competition so you can grow the tallest sunflower over summer holidays. This isn't going to be some 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 foot one with a giant flower on top. This is literally, you can have dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of flowers through the course of the summer, right into the autumn. It's got this wonderful, crinkly, shiny foliage, this lovely open habit. And just those flowers, I tell you what, on a day like today, when the weather's gone a bit pants again and we had the sun and now it's gone a bit poor, you just look into a flower like that and it makes you smile. It's like looking at a puppy.
There's something amazing about yellow flowers in actual fact. They look beautiful on a bright sunny day. But actually, you're right, on those darker days, duller days, I mean, I looked out the window this morning and my Arthur Bell yellow rose, it was a grey morning, but the yellow from the Arthur Bell stood out even more on a grey day. So you've got double whammy with this, whether it's a grey day or a sunny day. This one's going to delight you, and so many flowers, enough for you to be able to create some gorgeous cut flower displays in the house, as well as keeping enough on the plant as well. It's in a 3-litre pot. It's really nicely established. It is just going to look phenomenal. Half price deal as well. 560541 is the item number. Maybe go for 2 of those as it's a half price, because I think either side of your doorway, either side of where you're going to be sitting out in the evenings, that's just going to bring you joy all the way through to those first frosts. 560541 is the item number. Of course, remember, you're going to get 10% discount off these prices as well. So you get savings, and then you'll get a 10% discount off the saving price as long as you've joined our club. It's a discount club. It costs you £5 to join. That lasts you for the full 12 months. And every time you make a purchase, plants, pots, compost, you'll get 10% discount. You also get £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers to spend throughout the year too. I was just hearing we're getting even more members joining this morning. So thank you so much, because it's a brilliant club to be a part of. Right, let's come on to our sherbet lemon mix. Now this, we love this colour mix, don't we? But this could be your hanging basket display. If you haven't got round to doing your hanging baskets yet, this is the pack you need. Get 1, get 2, get 4 packs, whatever it is you want to do. There's absolutely loads of time to get your hanging basket displays and get them looking beautiful. But we've taken the hard work out by putting this together, haven't we?
We have, Bex. We got incredible plants here, really, really super healthy plug plants. And this, like Bex and I talked about the other day, this is like a summer sky in your hanging basket.
It is. I love this.
It's just what
You've
it's like.
You've got the blue with the lobelia,
Yep.
which is the bright blue sky. You've got the gorgeous yellow, which is that Biden's. And then you've got the Verbena samira, that white one, bringing it all together, which is those lovely little fluffy clouds in the sky.
It's
I like that description.
I love those those summer days where it feels like it can never be cold again, where it's just warm everywhere and you're bathed in warmth and you feel warm, you feel healthy, you feel alive, you feel kind of joyful. And the sky is pure blue, the sun's gleaming, you've got the sun rays, and then just occasionally you just see those little yellow little puffy clouds here and there, and that kind of this hanging basket just creates that atmosphere for me. It's a happy summer collection of colours there that are going to keep going right the way through to the autumn. All easy to grow as well. There's no prima donnas here. There's no science or mystique to this. You just plant them, water them, feed them. And it doesn't have to be a hanging basket. It could be a window box, for example. It could be a raised bed. It could be a pot. It could be a trough. Anywhere where these plants could cascade down a little bit, you can plant these. The choice is yours, really. I've even seen people do things with old Wellington boots.
Yeah,
fill them up.
I love that. Them
just let them come at the top.
Aren't they?
Or the old drums in the middle of washing machines or things like that. There's so many sort of different opportunities to sort of plant things up like this. But as you say, Bex, all the hard work's been done there, and still plenty of time to get a hanging basket planted up.
Absolutely.
It's not late by any means at all.
No, not at all. I mean, a lot of people won't do it until the end of May anyway, just because I don't think there's any late frosts, but my mum's very strict on she won't plant anything out until the end of May, so absolutely plenty of time. And this is a carefully curated little collection that we've got here, okay? We've picked exactly the right plants, the right colour combinations, so that you can have those designer displays. 4 of each included in there. They come to you in our little greenhouses, as you can see. On the front is a label that lists the item inside the box, which relates to the alphabet letter, which if I twist it into the light, can you see those letters of the alphabet on the pods there? So you know which plant is in which pod on the mini greenhouse. When they come to you, they do need just a bit of attention, because obviously they will have been in the dark, they will have been in a cardboard box, they're obviously held securely, so they get to you in the best condition, but sometimes they do look a little bit sad, so you just need to give them a drink. Stu, you're right, somebody gets to your house, they've had a long journey, they've been in the car for 4 hours, first thing you do is, can I make you a cup of tea? It's like making your drinks your plants a cup of tea. They just need to be revived, and that's all you need to do, and then you're ready to plant these out. 400762 is the item number if you want to get hold of that carefully selected collection of items that we've got with our sherbet lemon mix.
And just one quick thing to note as well, I know when you get them home in your enthusiasm you'll want to take them out of there really quick, but just make sure you've noted which plant is which before you take them out the packaging, because the packaging's labelled but the individual plants are. So if you just suddenly throw them all out and it's like, oh, I don't know which one's which now. So just take a little picture of your phone or just make a little note, and then you know exactly which one's which before you take them out of the box.
£8 saving included on there if you enter our code YGTV2124. When you place an order, there's a little box that says, do you have an offer code? That's where you put that code in and you will get those savings included. Right, this is another one that you've got growing, isn't it? The kapow, the Chilean guava.
I've got this in my garden. I've got one about sort of 3 or 4 foot tall. Mine's not started flowering yet, but it's a really, really healthy plant. It's doing really, really well. It's it's very unusual. It has these lovely sort of pink flowers, little bell-shaped pink flowers that hang down.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're almost like individual lily of the valley flowers, but in a sort of a pink colour that hang down. And then you get these little fruits, these little sort of guava-type fruits that sort of develop thereafter. How gorgeous is that, Bex? I mean, that is really, really cute, isn't it?
Well, there's so much interest on this plant, isn't there? There's what we would describe as, true year-round seasonal interest. You get flowers, you get fruits, you've got evergreen.
Yeah.
It's fully interesting no matter what season you're looking at this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not like in the wintertime it's just going to be bare sticks. I mean, even look at the stems. Even the stems are red. It's almost like felt, aren't they? They're like red sort of felt covered stems, and then you get these little pink. They're almost like little old-fashioned street lamps hanging down to start with in pink, and then they pop open, give those little bell shapes. Then they get pollinated. They're self-fertile as well, these, so they get pollinated, and then you get these like Chilean guava fruits.
And you can eat these, can't you?
You can, yeah, they're edible. And, the name kapow, what are they called kapow? Because this whole plant is kapow, isn't it? I mean, it's just like a kapow kind of plant. All the features of it. Easy to grow. I put mine in about a couple of 2 or 3 years ago. I bought it as a shrub about this big, and now it's almost kind of chest height with me. And it's made a nice upright column kind of shape shrub. It's got through all the winters, the last 2 or 3 winters, without any hassle.
It is part of our winter hardy range, so it does come with a lifetime guarantee included on here. If there's a little snowflake symbol on the product page when you go to an item and it says winter hardy there with the snowflake symbol, it has our lifetime guarantee, which is something I don't know anybody else that offers. That I think I've only ever seen it from YouGarden, which just gives you some confidence to buy from us. No matter whether you're a seasoned gardener or a brand new gardener, that gives you that absolute confidence. Something Stu wants to point out to us. So, we've already put the promo code into our basket. We know that because we can see the freebie in the basket, the skyscraper lilies. So, when you go to the product pages, you will see the product price with the discount. Here, look, $19.97. That's what you would pay. But because he's got the code in the basket, when we click into the item, we can see the deal price there. £14.97. So please don't worry about it when you go there. I know this is something that people get a bit confused about sometimes, which is why we're pointing it out to you. As long as you've got that code entered in your basket, it will show that when you go through to the product page. When you're browsing, you'll see the real price. If you haven't got the the offer code in, you won't see that deal price until you enter the code in. I hope that helps a few people because I know that can cause some confusion. But yes, as we can see here, look, that's the winter hardy symbol that you are looking for. That means it's got that lifetime guarantee included. And of course, today here on YGTV, it's basically a half price deal. So it's really important not just to be a YouGarden customer, but to be a YouGarden TV customer, because this is where you get even better savings. 511562 is the item number 3 of those in the 9cm pots. I'll just give Adam a little thrill and take that out so we can just have a quick look at those roots so you can see that that's a really nicely established plant. Loads of roots on there. You can see them all coming out of the bottom
as well. Look at that,
Bex.
That's nice, isn't it?
Absolutely raring to grow in your garden. So do get those home, put them into your borders. You could even keep these probably in a big pot, couldn't you?
Yeah, but no, just a stunning shrub there. Yeah,
beautiful.
As you say, yeah, easy to grow. Where mine's grown, it's in sort of moist soil, gets a little bit of sunshine, and I found it just dead easy to grow. I mean, really just an easy plant, lovely habit. Yeah, try these, honestly, gorgeous, really different.
Lovely. All right, so do get those ones in your basket. 511562. We're going to stay with our grow your own, our edible section that we've got here, because what we bring you at YouGarden is gardening for everyone, and it doesn't matter what size of garden you have got. We have got something for you. This is called Plum the Tsar. This is nicely established. It's in a 5-litre pot. It was even more well established this morning, but Adam came in. You got your snips out, didn't you? And you had a little play.
I mean, I just shaped it up a bit because
absolutely right.
Yeah, because when I saw it this morning, it was. I'm being told put the secateurs down. it was, to my eye, it was slightly misshaped. So I just sort of took all the stems down to kind of the sort of equal height.
Oh, you took this one down to where there's a bit of growth. This one, the leader, it was right up here, but there was no growth up here, was there? So you've taken it down here.
Although ultimately, to be honest, but there wasn't one further. Ultimately, if you do prune, you want to prune so that the shoot is to shoot facing outwards, not inwards.
I like that you're clarifying that, just for any gardeners out there.
Yeah, because I know somebody might say, well, he's pruned that one.
He's done it wrong.
He's pruned to an inward-facing shoot. You should prune to an outward-facing shoot, but there wasn't one. So I just went down to this one. But yeah, Czar is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is a really, really fantastic plum. We all think of Victoria, don't we, normally?
Yes, Victoria plum.
Is kind of the most famous. But Czar is also a really, really amazing plum. Look at those dark, dark purple fruits.
Yeah, and they turn almost black, don't they?
Yeah.
Particularly if you leave them on to fully ripen, because you can pick them a bit early, and they've got that kind of more tart flavour
for cooking, jams,
but then
preserves.
If you leave them just that little bit longer, the skin goes even darker, and then you get a more sweet flavour.
Yeah, and you get that kind of almost honey flavoured kind of fruit, and that sort of honey coloured sort of flesh inside. So yeah, that's the great thing about these Becks. They're kind of good in one way. In fact, you were talking to me about. You were talking about those tomatoes the other week.
Yeah, sunballs.
Yeah, you can leave those on, and you don't have to pick everything at once.
Yeah.
And this is a similar principle on here, because sometimes with some varieties of plums you can get a huge glut of plums and you get so many all at once, and the irony is you have to give most of them away because you can't eat them all yourself. But say the great thing with this one is you can extend that enjoyment, that fruiting period enjoyment, by, as Bex was saying, you pick some early or earlier, because you might not use them for, I guess you could make a plum crumble, you could make jams, preserves.
Yeah.
I guess you could even put some in those Kilner jars and sort of preserve them in Kilner jars.
Yeah, you can pickle them and stuff, can't you?
Yeah, do all that kind of thing. And then, you might think, well, what I'll do is I'll leave some more on for another couple of 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can actually eat those really sweet and juicy straight from the actual plant themselves.
And this isn't going to get massive either, is it?
No, this is on a sort of a dwarfing kind of rootstock. So this is a tree that's never going to be really, really huge. You're not going to need to cherry pick or anything like that for this. And don't forget the flower, because the flower is really gorgeous in the spring. You get the lovely kind of white blossom that comes out before the foliage, and then the bees come along. They kind of do their thing. The flowers get pollinated, and then the little tiny plums start to develop, and then mid to I'm trying to think when these are fruit, roughly about.
I think they start over the summer, but you won't be picking, particularly if you want the sweetness, right towards October, maybe even into
late
November.
Summer, yeah, kind of right sort of back end of the season, which is quite nice as well, really, because again it gives you fruit right at the end of the season when some of the other fruits have already come and gone.
Exactly, yeah. So look, it's another half-price deal. I feel like I'm saying that quite a lot today. 300049. You're going to get a £20 saving off a really nicely established plant, 5-litre pot. Nicola apparently is growing plums, and she is seeing those plums for the first time. Congratulations, Nicola. You're going to be picking those later on and enjoying those. And if you fancy giving something a bit different, something that you've never grown before, a go. Maybe you've grown plums in the past, but you don't currently have a plum tree. This one is an amazing deal at £19.99. 300449. Speaking of Nicola, Stu says he thinks he's figured out why nothing of hers grows.
Hey.
She's planting in Wellingtons. No, I love that. He's joking, Nicola. He knows that you've got a very successful garden. You were talking about planting in Welling
there
boots.
We go.
There we go. Look at that.
I love that idea.
I wonder what she's got growing in there.
It's really... are they
did
some
she tell
bulbs
you?
or something?
She did say, but Stu can't remember.
I think it looks like some little shoots on the left
Yeah, I can
side.
see
Little
it.
yellow shoots.
That's very cute. I love that.
That's a bit of mint.
Oh, apparently she's put some lily bulbs in there.
Oh, they'll do well in there.
They will do well in there, won't they? They look great with
that's
the lilies
unusual.
poking out the top. Those look brilliant. She also wanted to show off her chocolate silk tree as well. Ooh, is that called the Albizia?
Yeah, Albizia Julie Bryson, that one.
That's looking beautiful.
Yeah.
And while we're on the emails, Alison has also been in touch. Oh,
that's
the
lovely.
rhododendron. Look
Beautiful.
at that. Wowzer. Now, she has said the bee is really enjoying it. Where is the bee?
The bee.
I can't see the bee either. I'm going to have to come round, though.
The...
Stu can't find the bee. Where is it? Can anyone else spot it? Alison, where is the bee?
What's that thing we have to find that guy in the crowd? That's called
Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? So, we need to do Where's the Bee?
Yeah, I can't see it. But that rhododendron is looking absolutely amazing. That is beautiful, Alison.
I love rhododendrons. And rhododendrons come in such a range of colours, but I do just like that really classic purple rhododendron type. There's one that grows wild in the UK called Rhododendron ponticum.
Right.
And that has those gorgeous flowers. And I come through a place on the way here, just the other side of Swaffham, and they're growing wild either side of the road. Oh, they look gorgeous this time of year.
Yeah,
Big
that's
banks
beautiful.
of purple. Lovely.
Well, we do love seeing all your pictures. The email address will pop up on the bottom of the screen, ygtv@yougarden.com, if you want to send any pictures through. Apparently, Kathy's been in touch. Apparently, these are for me.
Oh!
Oh my word, look at how many of those Meconopsis blue poppies she's got grown. Apparently she's got about 120 pots in her garden, and nearly all the plants are from us. She grows everything in our compost.
Hey, she's got a little dachshund. Look,
wow.
there's a little dachshund there as well.
Oh, a little ducky.
Oh, a little dachshund. How cute
You get
is he or
bonus
she?
points, Kathy. You know how I feel about garden helpers being in the pictures. Apparently there's a Hendrix planter in the back. There's the Tuscany planters in the back. Oh, Kathy, that is a beautiful view. Love that.
I'd be interested, Kathy, to let us know how long you got those to flower, how long it took to get those to flower from when you put them in, the Meconopsis.
Lovely little lady.
Look at that rose.
That rose is gorgeous. That looks like could that be the Baccara? Yeah.
Baccara, yeah.
Baccara, that could be.
Look at
Very
that.
pretty.
That's a beautiful picture, all the raindrops on there as well. It's a classic picture there, isn't it?
Very nice.
Little cosmos there.
Yeah, I've got some cosmos growing on the windowsill. I need to get them planted out.
They're flowering quite early, aren't they?
They
cosmos
are
this
early,
year,
aren't they?
They normally take a while to get going, don't they? But some fantastic pics today, isn't there?
I love seeing your gardens. Thank you so much. The email address is on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. Send us your pictures. We love looking at your gardens. We like showing them off to everybody at home as well. Gives people inspiration, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I love the way you, Kathy, you've done that Meconopsis picture as well. The way you've got it.
Foreground.
Yeah, in the foreground. Yeah, and then you got everything.
Nice.
Yeah, brilliant. I love it. And that rose one with all the little kind of raindrops on there as well. That looks so classic. Look at that. And even some raindrops on the petals there of the Meconopsis.
It's looking beautiful.
That's really. Look at that. Yeah, that picture. That you could put that in a rose catalogue.
Yeah.
You could. That is classic, isn't it? That picture.
It's gorgeous.
I'd be so proud of that if that was my picture. It's gorgeous.
Well done. All right, let's move back on to our plants. We'll come back and have a look at some more pictures in a little while, as long as you send them all through to us. We are now heading towards single figures on the passion flower. I'm so sorry. Stu did check yesterday to see if there are any more coming in. At the moment, there is none on order. We will get it back at some point. Whether we'll get it back at this price, though, I'm not sure. It's unlikely. We will have some more, though, if you are looking for a passion flower. But if you want one now and you want one at this price, this is the time to add this into your basket. It's just £9.99. Or, if you're in our discount club, you get an extra 10%. It'll be £8.99 to get that delivered to your home. And as you say, Adam, that's going to give you an amazing display this year. Oh, yeah. These are really, really vigorous plants. Once they get going, these just zoom away. They'll grow up trellis work. They'll grow through other plants. Sometimes you can grow these through other roses over a rose arch or somewhere like that. But, yeah, I mean, they're mesmerising, aren't they, Bex? I mean, yeah, lovely. Gorgeous straight on.
Yeah.
But then look at the dimension that you've got here. In fact, this one opened up. So we had one up at the top that was open at the beginning of the show yesterday, and it closed during the show. And this one opened up during the show. And look how those petals... I mean, they're not actually the petals, are they? They're going to be something else, aren't they? They're going to be sepals.
Sepals, yeah.
But those have properly reflexed all the way back. They look so interesting. Absolutely gorgeous.
And also not even the fact that it's purple.
And then the white
and then
bits,
it's white,
yeah.
and then it goes black.
Yeah.
And then you've got that little bead line right in the middle there, and then it's green right in there. My goodness me, it almost looks like a praying mantis in the middle as well, like a little sort of praying mantis sort of insect in there, and then the little kind of cross piece in the very top. It's like you and I have gone outside and found different components of flowers, and just like put them all together and come up with the most beguiling, amazing, beautiful flower you can ever imagine.
It's beautiful, honestly. I remember seeing a passion flower for the first time many years ago. I was out walking with my kids, and we walked past this house, and this passion flower was growing over, and we were all like, "Whoa, look at that!"
Well, it's no wonder it's called passion, is it? It brings.
Absolutely gorgeous.
When you look at that, you can only be passionate about it, can't you? Because it's so gorgeous.
Well, do get your hands on it. As I say, we're getting very close to single figures on that now, so we will be telling you very soon, I'm sure, that one is gone. We will get it back at some point, but I don't think we'll have it at this amazing price. Hang on a second, says Stu. You know, Andrew sent us his picture of his Sunbelievable flowers. Yes, we saw that a few minutes ago, didn't we? He's just sent us another angle from this Unbelievable. So this is also from last year, but it's just a slightly different angle that the picture was taken at. Let's have a look. Oh!
Oh, come on. Look at that.
Oh! Okay, please guess what month of the year he took that picture. Oh, from what you're saying, I'm going to suggest that was in October. Absolutely right, yes.
Look at that.
October. And look how many flowers are still on there.
That is two plants. I mean,
is it two?
Is it two? Just... Well,
Andrew, let us know, how many plants have you got there? We've assumed two from that previous picture, but we'd be very interested to know, I don't want to mislead anybody at home, how many of those Sunbelievables are in that picture, please?
It's like you've grown a Sunbelievable hedge, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's like a hedge of sunflowers, that, isn't it?
Love that.
And so, I mean, looking at that, you can easily see how you could get 1,000 flowers, couldn't you, over a course of a season?
Yeah, honestly.
There's hundreds and hundreds just on that one shot there.
Just in one snapshot picture, so imagine that over a season. Now, we do sell that, it's an annual, isn't it? You can't get it to come back next year,
well,
can you?
I mean, technically no, but I mean, what I would be tempted to try and do is take some cuttings from it and
never know.
see if you could give it a go. But no, yeah, we've got to be honest with you, it is sort of an annual plant, but oh my goodness me, I mean, which basically means an annual, it germinates, it produces foliage and flowers, sets seeds, and then it dies in the same year. But I mean, talk about, you know, live fast, die young. I mean, but it's stunningly beautiful for the time it's actually here, isn't it?
And of course, with our half-price deal here, it's absolutely worth getting that, particularly when you look at that snapshot of one day in October. That is going to be incredible. Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Brighten up on an October day, wouldn't it? Because you start to get that SAD thing that time of year. But I mean, step outside on a blue October day, because October days still can be quite warm.
Octobers are lovely. They have been for many years now. We always seem to get nice mild
It's more
Octobers,
back-ended, isn't it? It's almost become more of a late summer month, isn't it, than an autumn month? But yeah, stepping out on an autumn day to that, oh, it'd be gorgeous, wouldn't
it? Love it. Thank you for those pictures, Andrew. Do let us know, though, please, how many plants are in that picture. That'd be really interesting. Now, another Andy or Andrew, another Andy has been... Oh, Andy with an I. That might be a lady, you never know. Andy... Oh, it's not, apparently. Andy has been in touch. We've got another picture to show you. What are we looking at here? Oh, the strawberries are coming out. Yeah, I'm getting loads of those as well.
It's only May. What's going on?
Mine aren't turning red yet, though. Mine are all that lovely sort of creamy, greeny colour. I haven't got any red ones yet, but that's looking great.
They're getting a move on, aren't they?
They are getting a move on.
Gorgeous.
Lovely rose. It could be, I don't know what that is. It could be an Arthur Bell.
It does look Arthur Bell, because it's got, that little tinge.
Kind of, yeah. Don't know, but that's looking lovely. My Arthur Bell is looking absolutely gorgeous.
Look at the foliage on that. That is so healthy, isn't it? Not a bit of black spot or mildew or anything. I mean, that is gorgeous.
Apparently, we need to identify the next plant, Adam. Do we know what this one?
That's Dogus hericus.
Oh my goodness! I believe. Apparently, that's called Nippet. Hello, Nippet. Oh, I want to cuddle Nippet.
Nippet reminds me a little bit of a cartoonist. Do you remember Magic Roundabout and Dougal?
I love puppies. Yeah, I do remember Dougal.
It's like little Dougal. Gorgeous.
Love dogs. Andrew got back to us about his Sunbelievables. 3 plants. That picture that we just showed was taken 25th of October, not even beginning of October, right at the end of October. So 3 Sunbelievables in that display there.
So 12 weeks from Christmas.
12 weeks from Christmas,
12
absolutely.
weeks from Christmas Day, and your garden's looking like that with the Sunbelievable. Wow, it's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. You're absolutely right. Okay, so 560541 if you want to go for the Sunbelievable, 550-334 if you want to go for the Passion Flower. Both of those items are half-price deals, and of course you'll get an extra 10% discount if you join our club. We're down to single figures in the Passion Flower now, so. Or very nearly. So we don't think that one's going to last probably for the next 2 and a bit hours. I really don't think it's going to be here on Sunday either. Get that in your basket, get it checked out if you want it at this price. It'll come back at some point, but I don't think we'll have that price available. Another amazing deal here is our Prisma pots. Now, the more you buy of this, the better the price becomes. So these are normally £7.99. That's the label we've got on here. That's what we've sold them at previously. They are currently £6.99 on a buy one, get one free. So put one in your basket, enter the offer code YG2TV2124. We'll put another one in. So we've taken £1 off and we've put a freebie in. They work at £3.50 each. However, it gets better, because the more of these you buy, the bigger the saving becomes. So if you put 2 of these into your basket, you will get 2 for free, but the price comes down from £6.99 to £5.99. So it becomes £3 a pot rather than £3.50 a pot. Now somebody has already done this. They put, oh, somebody's done 10. Okay, let me do the 5 first. If you put 5 of these into your basket, you will get 5 for free, and it comes down to £4.99, £2.50 each. And Stu's telling me that somebody has actually done this, one person so far. They have put 10 of these into their basket. They're getting 10 for free, and the price comes down to £3.99, which makes them £2 a pot. So do you see what I mean? The more you put in your basket, the more you are going to save. Do you know what? You're right. Stu says maybe he's going to sell them on. You can do that.
There'll be a boot sale on Sunday, won't there?
Absolutely. You can make, I mean, get yourself you could create a gorgeous display from this. You could give them as presents. You could sell them. I mean, doesn't matter. Just take advantage of our savings. And of course, even though we've taken all this money off and we've given you the buy one, get one free, and the more you buy, the more you save, you're still going to get 10% if you join our club as well. Oh, someone else has just done the 10 pack as well. Well done, you lot. Very, very good. Crack on. Just get them in your basket. Even if you don't know what you're going to use these for yet, you'll find something for them. I've got a few of these in my garden. My hostas are currently planted in them. They're an absolute perfect size as well for so many different things. Summer bedding, shrubs, your bulbs that you're going to plant in here later on. I mean, there's so many things you'll find to do with these. So just take advantage of that deal. Stack them in the shed somewhere for the time being. You've always got a pot you can go to when you need to.
Bloody beautiful, though, these.
They're
I'm
lovely.
really knocked over by these, bowled over. These are flipping gorgeous, really
apparently
lovely.
Stu's got a fancier in one of these. It looks really good, so he'll take a photo and show it to us. 130331 is the item number if you would like to go for the Prisma planters. Quick one on our Torinos as well. So these are the other pot deal that we've had going for a little while now. These are really handy sized pots. This is a buy one, get 2 free. As if we weren't giving enough away. Put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV2124. We will put another 2 into your basket for you. It's £6.99 or £6.29 if you're in the club. So, oh no, it's not. I'm sorry, I was reading the wrong details. I knew that was wrong. Right, it's a buy 1, get 2 free. Put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV2124. We will put the other 2 into your basket absolutely free. So £3.99 and you will get all 3 of those. And you can multiply these as well. So if you put 2 in your basket, you'll get 4 free. 3 in your basket, you'll get 6 free, and so on and so forth. This is a great one just to put in your basket anyway, because they're awesome. But if your basket is just sitting underneath the underneath the £40 mark, and you're paying £6.99 postage, put this in your basket, because you'll be over the £40, you'll be spending less than you would be if you were paying the £6.99 postage. So it's a really handy one just to tip your basket over that £40 mark. And again, a really handy size, something that you can change over regularly throughout the year without having to spend too much money because, they're a really good size.
Yeah, these are an ideal size as well because I know, Bex, you like to use pots to kind of augment and change the look of things in your garden.
Love it.
And I know you like pot planting.
I do.
And quite often, things you can have in pots permanently, those pots tend to be quite big, don't they? Quite heavy, so you're not really going to move those around very often, but you might just want to spruce the look up a bit. And these are just that perfect size for kind of seasonal planting. So you can have your summer bedding in, couldn't you? And I don't know, lobelia, petunias, geraniums. Wouldn't these look really, in my opinion, wouldn't look really, really good with just one of those beautiful deep red geraniums? Just one of those
the
geraniums
Fire
in the middle.
Queen.
The Fire Queen.
Or even, we've got some lobelia coming up.
That'd be
Lobelia
nice.
in here, because it'll just tumble and trail over. Honestly, they're really, really handy, and they're just an amazing price. 130272, buy 1, get 2 free. It's all about entering that offer code, though. That is what accesses all the savings, all the deals on the show, whether it's a saving, a buy 1, get 1, a buy 1, get 2, or a double up deal. Kathy apparently has been back in touch. She's answered your question about the Meconopsis, the blue poppy, because Adam was asking how she got it to flower and how long it took.
How long, from planting to flowering.
So March 23, they got up to about 30 centimetres.
Okay.
But by the end of September, they'd gone. And that's it. So they've come back this year.
All right.
Yeah? Yeah. They're about 1 metre high this year, and she's got multiples of them, and the flowers have been on there for about 3 weeks, and they're still looking amazing, so they're going to last a bit longer as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so kind of like a biennial thing, really. So, first year, obviously, they get established, they produce foliage. The second year, they flower. Yeah, and this is what you've got now. This is...
absolutely gorgeous. The little brown flower at the bottom there is called Bentley.
Oh, Bentley. What a brilliant name for a dachshund. Oh, Bentley. I was saying to Bex, I had 2 dachshunds. I used to have dachshunds for years.
Oh, my word.
Dachshunds called Jack and Henry. And, Bentley, you are just divine.
Oh, look at him with his little toy.
Oh.
He's so pretty.
I adore dachshunds. They are so. When John retires, we're gonna get 4 dachshunds. We're gonna get one called Gerald and one called Colin after our dads.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get Perkins and Dexter. So
Gerald, Colin, Perkins and Dexter.
Yeah, we chose the names already. We just eventually got to go around to buying the dachshunds.
Send us your animal picture. No, let's do some work. Send us your plant pictures, but if there's a little animal helper in the picture, I won't mind at all. We don't mind furry flowers. That's not a problem. Right, we are going to bring you back to, or onto, the biggest selling, the best-selling item that we bring you from YouGarden, have done for many, many years. This has always been the top seller, and it's because it is brilliant. I nearly said that word as well. It's brilliant. It works. It's packed with ingredients. It turns you into a green-fingered gardener goddess overnight.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to grab something over here because I'm going to show you these things twice actually today. Because
Adam's brought some plants in that he's growing at home, in actual fact. Actually, Kathy's garden that we were just looking at, she uses this in all of her pots. 120 pots, she's using this. And you've been using this.
Yeah, I have been using it because this is a plant we're going to move on to in a minute to show you that we're going to bring you as plugs. But I've actually grown mine from seed this year in our compost, and I absolutely, totally, 100% swear to you, I've not taken this out of the pot yet. So I'm going to, and this is the compost I've grown it in. So I'm going to take this out and like, look at that. This is insane.
Whoa, look at that.
Look at the root system on that.
Adam.
That is...
You could tell that you hadn't taken that out of the pot yet because you had to squeeze it to get it out. Look at how healthy that is. Look how established. And this is one you've grown from seed in our compost.
Yeah, grew these from seed.
Which plant was it?
It's the well, we call them, they used to be called helichrysum, but now they're called them to
Granvia.
Granvia, yeah. Granvias now, or the paper flower. As soon as we get onto them later, you'll remember them. But yeah, so this is once I've grown myself. But yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, and that's using the professional compost.
Well, these are the kind of results that you can get with this premium professional compost, and it's because of the composition of it, isn't it? It's because people who really know what they're talking about, actually there's quite a science behind it. If you're the sort of person that's like, well, any old compost will do.
No.
Genuinely, there is such an amazing level of science that goes into this, and it's about getting the right ingredients in the right compositions.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Bex, with this compost is it comes down to its simplicity. So often in life, the most simple things are the most brilliant, aren't they? Don't overcomplicate things. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And, what we've done with this, because sometimes you go to the garden centres now and there's different companies competing, and you see all those different pallet loads of compost, don't you? And it's got this added and that added, and it's number 1, number 2, number 3. You're bewildered. You just don't really know what to go for. Some of them are really, really heavy now as well. So, but this is brilliant. The first thing to say, this is a hugely peat-reduced compost. Like everyone else, we're moving towards being peat-free eventually, but this is massively peat-reduced. But what we've done, we've substituted that composted wood fibre. And
50% of it is composted wood fibre and really well composted. There's no great big chunks and lumps and sticks and twigs in here. It's really well composted, and that's what frustrates me about some of those cheaper brands out there, that you get those massive great big chunks in and you're picking them out. Yeah.
I even bought some time back a sort of a cheap compost, and when I emptied out, it had a piece of orange baler's twine in it. Yeah, they used to do the straw bales with. It even had that in it. This is fantastic, and what that composted wood fibre does, it does 3 things mainly. First of all, it keeps the compost texture nice and open. That's brilliant because it allows water to percolate through, which is really, really good. It allows those little tiny roots to penetrate, but also it lets the air and the oxygen get to the roots of plants as well, because again, that's really, really important. There's a wetting agent in this, so that makes the compost super absorbent, like kitchen towel. It's what they call hydrophilic. It loves water. It wants to suck up the water. You'll see little orange, no you won't.
Green.
You'll see little green beads in this. which is slow-release fertiliser. Feed your plants up to 6 months. And also,
see 'em in there, look.
it's something
little
called...
green balls as I run through. Look, there's
Yeah, you can
loads
see 'em,
of
can't you?
them. Loads of them.
And also it's something called pH balanced, which kind of might sound a bit gobbledygooky. That basically means it's not too acid, it's not too alkaline. So, you know, so many plants will thrive in this compost. And again, just to really just quickly show you again, I mean, you know, I've grown this plant, this little helichrysum. I grew it from seed. And I mean, just look at that. That's the root system that I've achieved using this compost. I mean, this is seriously got to go in the ground now, this plant.
Yeah, it wants to be planted, isn't it?
Yeah. It is so insanely root bound now, and super healthy plant. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. 2 of those bags for you. So it's a 100-litre deal in 2 50-litre bags. There's no markings on the bag because this is a commercial product. This is only available from us. We order it by the pallet load, but we have to order it and bring it in regularly because we sell so much of this. It hasn't been sat in bags on pallets for months and months on end. It's incredibly fresh when it arrives to you. And of course, it's delivered direct to your door with no postage cost included. So if you want to get multiples of your free gift, which today, by the way, is our pack of 5 tree lilies, the skyscraper lilies. These can reach up to 6 feet in height. It's worth £7.99. It's the gorgeous Robina variety, not Ribena, Robina. So it's this beautiful pink colour, and these will come back for you year after year after year. So if you want to get multiples of this, here's one way you can do it. Just place an order for your compost, enter the code YGTV2124, you'll get your free pack of bulbs added in, and you'll get £2.50 off your compost, and that'll all be delivered to your door absolutely free of charge. Then you can go back and place another order and get another bag of your free bulbs. This compost is absolutely brilliant, but what I like is when I get a kind of personal recommendation for a product. You know, if somebody tells me that this is great, I'm going to give it a go. And you might think, but you're paid to stand there and tell me that this is great. This is why we're going to show you the reviews that people put on this compost. Sue Curry says, delivered very quickly, and even better, the plants like it. It is heavy, so great to have it delivered. Trusted customer says, a great product. That was yesterday as well. The other ones that's yesterday as well, I've just returned to using this product after trying less expensive composts bought locally. I feel YouGarden professional compost gives better results, so I feel the extra cost is justified. We totally agree with that, and we often talk about how you know, it isn't the cheapest compost out there, but what we do try to do, particularly here at YGTV, is give you even better value. That's why we include a free gift included. That's why we've got our club, so that you can get a little bit of discount on there as well. So once you take the free gift price off, then we're starting to get close to those cheaper composts. But what you get with ours is premium, professional quality. And you don't get a dirty car boot. That's right, Stu, you're right. Yeah, definitely. If you are, you know, you can go and read all the reviews quite happily. They're on the website. You can go and have a little look. But I do know that our wonderful regulars and people that buy from us and watch YGTV, they're very good. They do our job for us. If you put a little message in the chat and go, is it really any good? I'm sure they will let you know. They will give you their own personal recommendation. 100125 for the premium professional compost delivered to your door with no postage cost included. Right, we're back here now. Onto our favourites table. The favourites table, we start off the beginning of the week. At the beginning of our week is a Wednesday. We're Wednesday 10 till 1, Thursday 10 till 1 and Sunday 10 till 2. We start off on the Wednesday with the things we think are going to be the favourites. Then we switch it around based on what you buy, so what you decide is going to be the favourites. We've only made one change to this table. Yeah, we've only made one change to this table today, so we got it right yesterday. I'm really glad about that. We're starting off with our African daisy, the osteospermum. This is the purple sun variety. We've got another osteospermum next to it as well, but let's stick with our purple sun first of all.
Well, last Sunday, Bex, we walked around, didn't we?
We did.
We did. We walked around together.
We had a little walk around the nursery. This was actually on our list, so I don't think it had anything to do with us. I think this was on the show plan anyway. But that show plan list has gone to the guys for next week, so you never know.
The good thing was, we actually preempted.
We did. We
preempted their choice because Bex and I saw these outside. We both fell in love with these. We both thought how gorgeous they are. And I've just kind of lent this one forward a little. No, go forward. There you go. Behave. Come on. There you go. I've just lent this one forward a bit so you can see just into that flower, kind of, you know. Do I need to
twist it that way?
Oh no. That's right.
Stu will do it. He's got another camera.
He's got it covered.
He'll play with it.
See, look at that.
That's the one.
I just wanted to show you. I mean, you can understand, why it's called purple sun, can't you? Because you've got the purple in the middle there, that purple in the centre, and then those sunshine petals round the edge. I mean, that is a flipping gorgeous flower on there, isn't it?
So
really
amazing.
Really, really incredible. And some, in fact, what I'll do, I'll move that one away, and we'll put another one in position there, because that's kind of almost like a sunrise kind of sun colour. And then if we put this one forward there,
look at the range of colours.
Look at the range of colours on that. So that's almost like more sunset kind of colours on that one, isn't it? So you can see where the sunshine element come into that. Loads and loads of flowers on there as well.
So many of them.
Yeah, loads and loads of flower buds on there. Really, really super healthy, established plants. And I'm pretty sure...
Here's mine, Adam. So I grew these last year, and I just thought they were absolutely incredible because they did flower their socks off, as you would expect from an osteospermum. They really do look amazing right from now all the way through to October. In actual fact, that pot that these are in, I wanted to use that pot for something else. So I took them out of that pot because I was like, I need to plant this other thing in. I'm like, they're done, I'm going to get rid of them. You can actually get them through to next year with some protection, and I'm going to do that this year. But anyway, I took them out and I just whacked them into a heavy-duty pot. I thought I'll get rid of those later. No real compost, just pulled them out, put them in the heavy-duty pot. 3 weeks later, they were still throwing up flowers because they are that easy to grow.
They just want to keep going.
They just want to keep going.
In that sunny position, that's what they like. Put them in sun. And as you say, I mean, we talk about them being annuals, but of course, these originate from South Africa. So if these were kind of grown in their native South Africa, where they're going to get a mild winter, they'd keep going all the way through the winter. It's only because we get those bad frosts.
Well, I'm going to try. So I've got some of these. So I'm going to grow them, and they're going to be beautiful again this year. And I am going to try and put them, frost-free over the winter and see if I can get them to come back next year.
Yeah,
most people do grow these as annuals, and particularly at the price you're looking at here, £16.98 for 6 9-centimetre pots. This is why people grow them as annuals, because they are really good value. But if you protect them, you could potentially get them to come back next year.
I'm absolutely sure of it. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I looked at this plant a moment ago, in fact,
you got all excited when we were looking at that video.
Because I saw one in a pot like that. So you see the base of the roots coming out the base of that pot.
You can.
So I kind of thought to myself, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one of these out the pot like I normally do. But then I thought, well, it's so rooted, if I do that, I might just actually snap the plant off at the top. So I did a little check, and I'm always honest. I'll never tell you something that's not true. So I actually pulled one out before we went to see it come out the pot. And look at that. Look at that. I mean, that is just crazy, isn't it? I mean, look at the root system on there, and it's in the fantastic compost. It's in that professional compost. And my goodness me, is it no wonder it's a happy plant? I mean, for goodness sake, look at that. I mean, it's the root system is stunning on there. So as soon as you get this into the soil, the garden, your hanging baskets, wherever you want it to be, immediately that's going to establish itself. And we're going to do the little Beck's squeeze and tease that Beck's always talks about. So squeeze the root ball a little bit there.
I just think that helps it. You sort of do a little bit of less damage to the roots if you give them a squeeze first, because it just points them in the right direction.
Yeah. So now we're just loosening. You don't have to go mad, but
just a few of them pointing in the right direction.
Just a few in the right direction. So now when you put that plant in the ground, instead of the roots keep going round and round and round, they now start to search out sideways. Yep. Search out sideways. I went all West Country then, and they'll start to search out. So, we're all Norfolky, and they'll search out sideways, get themselves established, get those nutrients. But honestly, if you want sort of weeks and weeks, months and months of fabulous
colour, isn't it?
These are the ones to go for.
I love it when the camera goes crazy.
Went a bit psychedelic there, didn't it?
It was awesome. So yeah, months of colour you're going to get from these, and they will keep going right the way through to the first frosts. All I'm going to say, and Adam, you'll back me up on this, is that osteospermum do need a bit of deadheading, don't they? Otherwise they'll give up a little bit. And I experienced it last year, just didn't get round to deadheading them. And the foliage, it doesn't kill them or anything. The foliage was there, it just wasn't throwing up as many flowers. So I went and gave it a good deadhead, and they all came back. Well, so just keep on top of it with that.
Yeah, we could do it this one, because I'm just, again, I've got my little pair of snips over here.
He scares me with his snips.
So, so there's
He's
one...
harsh with it.
There's like one down here. Look, there's one here.
There's one just going over?
Yeah, one here that's just a little bit sad. So
little snip.
Just go down to where the leaves are.
That's it.
There you go.
Get rid of that.
Just clip that off. And even if you see some that are just starting to go over, in fact, what I would do, I mean, there's one here, for example, a flower just here, this flower here. Now, that's just about to go over, but don't leave it till the very last minute. Take that one off as well, because that's almost all but done. And that way, if you take it off just a little while before, it will make sure that, that more flowers come even sooner. Because even if that plant starts to think that it's going to seed, it will stop flowering.
Yeah.
So chop them off before, and then you'll just keep it flowering and flowering and flowering. And look at that, Bex.
I know, and honestly, that
beautiful.
is the display that you will get. You saw that from that little video that we showed you from the ones I planted last year. It's fan-flippin'-tastic. 400953. 6 of those 9-centimetre pots. It's a £13 saving, so we're getting close to a half-price deal there, aren't we? Really, really amazing value here. Now, if you want some pots for these to go in, this one would be a perfect pot, and I think the colour mix. Do you want to just grab one?
Go for
actually,
it. Yeah, let's put
I think
one in.
the colour
Let's go for
mix
this
that
one.
you've got there, or you've got the lovely green of the foliage, but then the kind of orange, the burning embers, the purples.
Yeah.
That's going to really stand
That
out
works well
so
there, Bex. Look
well
at that.
against
Let's put it
that
down like
gorgeous
that.
green.
You could put about 3 in there, wouldn't you? I'd say about 3 of these in that pot. Or
you could. I think you could probably get away with 1, to be honest with you, with how those spread.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
You could put 1 in, because honestly, they will fill that space. But I'm an overplanter, so I'd probably put 2 or 3 in anyway.
But yeah, it depends.
If you're all right just to wait a few weeks and for it to fill out, then put 1 in. If you want a really full, gorgeous display, 2 or 3.
Yeah,
You'll be
depends how
fine,
patient
and
you
they'll
are.
just meld into each other. But these pots are a buy one, get one free. They were £7.99 once upon a time. That's the label on the bottom there. But they are currently £6.99. Put 1 in your basket. Enter the code YGTV2124. We will put the other one into your basket absolutely free. That works out at £3.50 each. However, the more you buy, the more you save. If you put 2 of those...
You look like a pothead then.
If you put 2 of those into your basket and enter the code YGTV2124...
I love your hat. You should wear that to Ascot.
We will put another 2 into your basket, absolutely free. But the price comes down to... £5.99.
I've got 2 more. Hang on, I'll give you those.
Which works out at £3 each. Then if you put 5 into your basket, we will put another 5 into your basket absolutely free of charge. But the price then comes down to £4.99. So they work out at £2.50
Does this company make any money, or we just do it?
I think we're going to be out of the job very soon. And you can even go up to the multiples of putting 10 into your basket, getting 10 absolutely free. The price then comes down to £3.99, and it works out at £2 per pot.
And we've had some 10 people already.
We've had a couple of people that put 10 in their basket. So I'm sorry, I know that's a lot of numbers. Hopefully I've made that very clear. Basically, the more you put in the basket, the more you're going to then save. Yeah, put the number you want into your basket, basically, and we will match it and put another free one in there as well. Just make sure you put the code in, because if you don't put the code in, you won't get the free baskets, you won't get your free gift, which is the skyscraper bag of 5 lily bulbs. You won't get any of the other discounts, the free postage over £40. It's really important. YGTV2124. In your basket, when you place the order, it says, do you have an offer code? That's where you put it. You can even, by the way, place your order on the phone lines as well. They are open, 0844 502 0050. But do let the operator know. Just tell them the first thing. I'd like to place an order. I've got an offer code, YGTV2124. They will apply that for you, and then you will still get all of those discounts. Yeah, tell them. The lady on the telly, she said, I've got a code. Tell them that, and they'll do it for you. Right, now then, we're moving on to our other osteospermums, but these are the hardy ones.
Yep.
And it is an osteospermum collection, so you're going to get 3 different varieties. Slightly smaller, because these are the jumbo plugs, but these will romp away, won't they?
Yeah, these will romp away. There's a house just down the road from here. In fact, Stu could almost kind of run down to it from his little studio. Because they're literally down the road.
They're just down there.
Yeah, there's a bed at the side of this person's path And they've got a carpet of these in a purple colour. Great big group of them. They've obviously been there year after year after year because they've just spread so well.
I saw that on the drive in this morning.
Yeah, got their happy little flower heads, all just sort of, you know, blown away in the wind, looking absolutely gorgeous. And these, a bit like the rock roses we spoke about earlier on, these are great for kind of those really hot, sunny positions. They grow on quite poor soils. They grow on sort of stony, gravelly, chalky, sort of sandy soils. And just so rewarding. I find it really strange sometimes how some plants, they just give so much, but for such minimum input. Because you always think, oh, you know what, to get something looking as fantastic as that, I bet I've got to feed them, I bet I've got to do this, I bet I've got to do that. But pretty much for these hardy ones, you plant them, and if you plant them in the perfect place, which is super sunny and well drained, even without deadheading these, they would still flower their socks off, although I would recommend deadheading. These will come up year after year after year, and they will just give you constant carpets of colour for month after month, spring, summer, right into the autumn. Brilliant.
Very good. Now, these are the jumbo plugs, so you're going to get 6 of them. The jumbo plugs are just larger plugs. They're still incredible quality. Really big plug plants that we're talking about here. You can see the root structures on there as well. These are absolutely ready for you to plant out. You don't need to worry. You can get those out in your garden. These are obviously the hardy variety, so these you can leave out without any worry, and they'll come back for you year after year. The greenhouses are labelled, the boxes that those plastic boxes that they come in, so you know which colour is which. You can also double up here as well, so for just £5 more you'll get another 6. You'll get 12 of those jumbo plug plants, and considering that those are going to come back for you year after year, flower their socks off for a really long time, that is incredible value for money. 480991. It's £1.50 a plant apparently, for many years.
And I could easily, again, a little bit bigger than this in a slightly bigger pot. I can see some garden centres doing them for like sort of £4.99 each, to be honest.
Yeah, totally.
When you said jumbo plugs, I was got an urge to sing jumbo plugs. I don't know why, I just did. Did
it anyway. Why not?
Anyway, I know.
I don't mind you singing voice.
I don't know why things like that come into your head, really. Just strange, really. Just a gardening nerd, really.
You are odd, Adam.
I am, yeah. Just a gardening enigma.
That's why we like you. Right, come on, let's talk about some delphiniums, shall we? This is an amazing one. We've got to be quick on this one. Stu's telling us we've got to go quicker. I love a delphinium. They're absolutely beautiful. This is the kind of thing that you will be getting. You can see that flower spike appearing. I just want to show you this one because this is potentially, well, not potentially, this is what it is going to turn into. So this one's just been grown on a little bit, and this is the gorgeous, tall, stately spires that you can get from the delphinium, reaching a really good height as well.
Yeah, that is a really incredible colour. I mean, we're used to thinking of the delphiniums as being that sort of incredible sky blue, but now with modern breeding, where they're coming in these sort of purple tones, you can even get red delphiniums. How glorious is that? That spike of pure purple there with those almost like little black bees in the middle, kind of look like little bees buzzing around. Then that little white bit as well in the centre of the flower there. These are fascinating. I love delphiniums. I always say with delphiniums, plant them somewhere nice and open and sunny, and don't make delphiniums compete too much with surrounding plants. Just give them their own little bit of space, and they will just send up these huge, great big spikes. And once you get a delphinium established, it's not unusual to have 4 or 5 kind of main flower spikes come up. Quite often, if you just deadhead the main flower spike, you'll get little side ones come up. And then, if you trim them down once they've gone to pretty much ground level, give your delphinium a liquid feed, a good water. Again, not unusual at all for them to send up a second flush of flower spikes and give you more flower colour August into September.
Amazing.
So, absolutely brilliant plants, delphiniums.
Yeah, they're really, really beautiful. Give you that gorgeous sort of cottage garden style, give you that height and structure to your borders, because obviously these can get quite tall, can't they?
Yeah.
First year, maybe not quite so tall, but once they get established, they will get nice and tall as well. So you get that height going on in your borders. You could even grow them in a pot as well if you wanted to. 560237 is the item number. We've got a double up deal on there as well. So you can get 1 for £9.99, but if you put 2 in your basket and enter the offer code, you're paying just £4.99 for the second one. So that's amazing. The offer code, by the way, if you're wondering, YGTV2124 regulars. I know you know all of this, but we are getting lots of new viewers on a regular basis. Thank you so much for sending all your emails in too. We are going to go through those in a little while, but we're just going to carry on getting through our favourites table so we can get to the end of this for you. Now then, the Granvia is the next one. This is the one that Adam showed you. He's got one pot over there, and he's got another one here. You've been growing these from seed.
I have, yeah. Put it out the
now,
pot
these have been growing in our premium professional compost. Adam started these off from seed. I'm just going to give it a little... I don't want to ruin your plant. Can you imagine?
You can tell that wasn't that. Oh, look at that.
Check that out.
I mean, that again, that's just to show you the compost. I mean, that's the professional compost that I've grown mine in. I mean, I've got a fantastic result there with that.
Well, look, that's just a grown-on version
of one of those.
Of one of the ones that you are going to be getting. Okay,
exactly the same plant.
And you can see that from the foliage. It's exactly the same plant, and that is what you're going to be growing on from buying these ones here.
And that's how I started mine off, because I grew mine in little cells.
Right.
In little, they were square cells, not round ones like that. And then, once they got to about 2 or 3 inches tall, then I potted them into this little 9-centimetre pot, and then they're ready to go into the garden.
If we just give you the details for the Granvias, we've still got the delphiniums on the screen, but you're going to get 3 of these plug plants, and they will get to that size very, very quickly. The price on them is absolutely incredible, because these are just £5.99.
Yeah, and
£5.39 if you're in the club.
And I've grown these. This will be the 2nd year I've grown these as well. They used to be called helichrysum or paper flower, and you probably know them because. And a little quick tip as well: if you want to dry the flowers, dry them just as they're starting to open out. Don't leave them any longer than that, otherwise the petals fall off. So, cut them just as they're starting to open out. Hang them upside down somewhere airy and dry. So I normally hang mine down from the rafters in my garage.
Nice.
Because I grow those, and I grow something else called statis as well, which is also like a paper flower. But I grew these last year, and they were absolutely lovely. They were fantastic. I remembered them from when I was a kid, and I was winter before last, when we do that thing to cheer ourselves up in the winter evenings. I was looking through seed catalogues, and I saw those. I thought, you know what, I'm going to grow those again, because I've not grown them since I was a kid, and they got to about 2 or 3 foot tall. They were a fabulous mix of colours, like these ones, and they just flowered for month after month, Bex, month after month. What I did with mine as well, and you don't have to do this, but what I actually did with mine, when they got to about this height, and it really hurt me to do it, I actually just, what they call Chelsea chopped them. Once I got 3 or 4 leaves up, I did the Chelsea chop, so I just cut them off above a little set of leaves, and then rather than one straight up stem, I got 4 or 5 separate stems.
It feels harsh to do it, doesn't it? With pinching out and all that sort of stuff. It feels harsh, but yes, you will get even more rewards from them. These are the 3 plug plants that you're getting here. You're saving £9, £5.90. I mean, you are saving way more than you're spending with this one. It's one of our lowest priced items on the show today, but this is going to give you some of the most beautiful flowers and a really long flowering season from these as well. 401524. If you think you've got £6.99 postage attached to your order and you're somewhere around the £37, £38 mark, put this in, because you're paying £5.99, tips you over that £40, and you lose your £6.99 postage. So you're paying less, and you're getting some beautiful flowers for your garden as well. So do think about adding that one in. 401524 is the item number. Final item on our favourites table, and it's an item that everybody needs, isn't it? Every garden should have some lobelia, and I get on my high horse about lobelia, because we often talk about lobelia as being the perfect filler plant, and it absolutely is. Fillers for hanging baskets, for pots. But what I like to do with lobelia is plant it all by itself. I think it is knockout, absolutely stand out, a gorgeous feature, just like that.
Is that yours?
No, it's not. But I did do it. Like I meant to send Stu the pictures and I've forgotten. I did it. I've got 2 like rectangular long trough planters. I put lobelia in those. They sit in front of my toy box. You know that horrible grey thing that put kids' toys, dog toys, cushions in. It's just a bit grey and miserable. Put those in front of that trough, and it was beautiful. Just hid it slightly, and it was knockout.
And I bet you it still looked that good even September going into October.
Well, it was another one. Okay, so I wanted those troughs to put my tulips in. It was another one that I had to sort of dig up before it really finished, because I had to get my tulip bulbs in. So it was a shame, but we have to do these things sometimes. But yeah, it just kept going. It was right towards the end of October, early November when I was doing that, and I was like, oh, this is a shame, but I have to get my tulip bulbs in.
It's kind of weird you say that as well, because last year I had to do I do sort of videos and blogs and vlogs for a company that also supplies garden power tools, and I had to kind of had to do a little video for them, and it involved me just going out, and I just had to buy a little pack of 6 blue lobelia. And after I'd done the little video, I was like, oh, well, what am I going to do with these now? And I did the same as you. I had just a little shallow terracotta pot, and I put 6 of those in there, and I stood it on top of like a sundial thing where the sundial bit was missing, but just sat them on the top.
Yep.
And they just flowered their socks off.
You don't even need to do anything to it. You don't have to have deadhead,
nothing.
There's
just
nothing.
Water and feed.
Water, that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, this mix, I think what's fascinating about this, going back, lobelia was blue, wasn't it? In our day, it come out as blue, 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 and then they did a little pale blue, and then there was white, and now the colour mix is absolutely stunning. You've got sort of dark pinks, soft pinks, purples, whites, blues, soft
They're
blues.
Beautiful.
It's sort of like a bluey white. I think it's just the innocence, the simplicity, the beauty, the ease of these, and they are great gap fillers as well.
Yeah.
And what I like about them, when you use them as gap fillers, you can put them in a hanging basket or somewhere like that, and they literally seem to find where the gap is, and they just
find their own way.
They just move into it, don't they? And so they fill every little nook and cranny. And I've even put these in the front of my border.
Yeah,
in my
they were
borders.
perfect.
Because it
softens the
edge. Because I hate to see any soil at all in my borders.
You'd hate my borders.
Oh no,
you would hate it.
I don't like seeing soil at all. And my garden's very angular, which kind of not normally my thing, but my garden lends itself to being like that, and I don't like seeing that little bit of soil just between the border edge and where the plants start.
Get it?
So I even use lobelia to put in there, and it just cascades and fills in that last little bit of soil.
Very
and looks
good.
brilliant all summer long.
All right, well, you can just go for 10 of those garden-ready plants. You're definitely going to want more, I promise you. So you've got a double-up deal here. Put 2 in your basket. You're paying just £4 more for the second pack of 10 garden-ready plants. There's 1 pack of 10, so if you double up, you'll get 2 of those. This might even be one that you want to quadruple up, if you see what I mean. Put 2 packs in. In fact, put 4 packs in, get 2 double up deals included there. 410070 is the item number. If you want to go, and you really should go for the Lobelia Trail Away collection. Right, we've shown you the first lot. Adam's going to do a change over there. I don't mean his clothes, I mean the plants. He's going to go and change the table. He's always got a lovely florally fancy shirt on, hasn't he? I enjoy your shirts.
Thank you.
So he's going to go and do that, and I'm going to give you a little reminder of the things that we've seen so far. So if you've been thinking about what you want to make a list, grab a pen and paper, and I'll give you some item codes. We'll do some more emails as well, so stick around. We'll show you some pictures and talk about what you're talking about in the chats and things. First, we are going to start with the plum, the Tsar. Half-price deal. I'm going to be saying that a few times, I think, based on what we've seen so far. It's a £20 saving for a 5-litre pot. It's going to be up to 1 metre tall when it arrives to you. Delicious plums on here. Gorgeous, sweet, delicious ones if you leave them on the plant to ripen. Of course, you can pick them a little bit earlier as well, but super easy to look after. Nice self-fertile plant. 300049 is the item number. Make sure you put the code in to get that half-price deal. Chiffon hibiscus is our next one, and you're going to get 3 of these included. We're taking a third off the price here, £10 saving. Beautiful colours included, lovely kind of lavender blue one in there. There's a softer pink and there's a white included as well. These are hardy. These do not need to be looked after over the winter months. There are some tender varieties, but these have the winter hardy guarantee. Later flowering as well, so they'll flower in the summertime for you, but these really come into their own when a lot of our summer flowers are starting to fade. So it helps to extend that summer season, that flowering season for us. Plant them into borders, plant them into pots, doesn't matter. Just put them somewhere nice and sunny. Super easy to grow, and they have a really nice sort of goblet shape to them. They grow in that neat shape anyway. 511167 is the item number for the hardy hibiscus. Next we have our rock roses. Now this is a collection where you can get 6 of the plug plants, or you can double up and you can go for 12 of them for just £5 more. 3 gorgeous colours included in there, 2 of each or 4 of each if you're doubling up. These are very versatile, great for rockeries, gravel gardens, front of borders, super easy to look after, nice long flowering season, little trim after flowering, and that will ensure that it keeps a nice kind of bushy foliage, but will encourage even more blooms for you in later years as well. 480992 is the item number if you want to go for the helianthemums, the rock roses. Next, we've got our Sunbelievable. Big thank you to Andrew for sending us his pictures of these, because he really did show us how amazing these can look for you in your gardens. It's a half-price deal here. This picture was taken October the 25th last year, and there are 3 of those Sunbelievable plants in that picture. Just 3 plants. I mean, 2 would be amazing. 4 would be incredible. It is an annual, so it's for this season, but it's a lot for this season. Hundreds, if not thousands of flowers you'll get from here, because it is a sterile plant. It can't self-seed, so it keeps throwing up those flowers for you. Hundreds and thousands, hundreds, even thousands of flowers you'll get. Enough for you to cut flowers to bring indoors as well. Beautiful, beautiful plant. 561541 is the item number. Kapow! I am not Batman, nor am I Robin. This is the name of the next plant that we've got for you. 3 9-centimetre pots you can have from this, and this is true year-round seasonal interest. You've got something edible, you've got something ornamental, beautiful flowers on there. These will then turn into those gorgeous fruits as well that you can actually eat. It's also evergreen. The stems are even interesting. You've got those lovely red coloured stems against those green leaves on there too, and it is a half-price deal. Super interesting and very, very easy to grow. Adam was telling us he's got one and he has found it one of the simplest things in his garden. 511562 if you want to go for the kapow. Make sure you put the code in YGTV2124 so that you do get that half price deal. And if you're not a member of our club, please do think about it. You get offered it as an option when you check out. Costs you just £5 to join. That lasts you for 12 months. It auto renews, but it'll give you 10% discount off your pots, your compost, your plants every time you place an order. Next, we're moving on to what was the most popular plant. It still sort of is, but we're down to we're still nearly single figures. £9.99. I think it's it's probably near 90% of the stock of this has now gone. We don't expect this to last the entire week at all. Half price deal. We don't have any more on order, so we know we haven't got any coming in the next couple of weeks. When we get some more in, I'm fairly certain we won't get this amazing price. It will go back up. It's well worth it, even at the higher price, to be honest with you, because it's a nice, vigorous grower. Something that will give you a really good display in its first season. It's not like waiting for your jasmine to grow, which is beautiful as well, but this will fill an area very, very quickly. Loads of flowers and really, really interesting. 550334 is the item number. Now, the purple osteospermum, this is the purple sun. These are what we call the annual varieties, so these need protection from frost if you want to try and get these to come back next year. But certainly you can treat these as annuals, particularly because you're getting an amazing deal here. You saw the size of the pots, they are 9 centimetres and you're going to get 6 of them. £16.98, and you get a £13 saving on there as long as you enter that code. Beautiful colour combinations in there, glowing embers of the fires that you get from those. 400953 is the item number if you'd like to go for the osteospermum purple sun. Next, we have the hardy osteospermum collection. So we know you love osteospermums. The reason is that they flower for months and months on end. Very little work from you, bit of deadheading, and that's probably about it. But these are the hardy ones. These can be left out, and these will reliably come back for you year on year. They create a gorgeous sort of carpet of colour as well. So if you've got any gaps in your borders, these are probably a really good one to fill those gaps, particularly at the front, because they don't get really tall, but they will spread. So we're talking maybe 30 centimetres in height, but they can spread 1, 2 and 3 feet outwards as well. So these are really awesome for filling in any of those gaps in your borders. You've got a double up deal available, so you can just go for the 6 plug plants, or you can get for 12 plug plants for just £5 more. 480991. Now then, we've got the Granvia, the helichrysum, or the paper flowers, you might know them as. These are the ones that Adam has been growing from seed. You can get them as our 3 plug plants, 3 gorgeous colours, and one of the lowest priced items that we have on our YGTV show today, because it's just £5.99 to get those 3 plug plants delivered direct to your door. This is a great one if you're hovering under that £40 mark. Rather than paying £6.99 postage, pay £5.99 for some plants. and get the postage absolutely free. 401524 is the item number. Really long flowering for you on those as well. Great for if you want to dry flowers too. And the last one is that beautiful lobelia, the garden-ready lobelia, something that everybody needs in their garden, whether it's to be fillers in hanging baskets, pots, create a beautiful display just like that with the lobelia on its own. Now you can go for 10 garden-ready plants, or you can double up and you can get 20 of those garden-ready plants for £4 more. I highly recommend the double up, or even double up, because lobelia, you're always going to use those. 410070 is the item number if you want to go for those. And in actual fact, Adam is holding the Torino pots, which if you do want to create a beautiful display just with lobelia, these would be great for that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, these would be brilliant.
These would be perfect. Just put lobelia in those. They can sit on your tables when you're out, you know, over the summer. Be a beautiful centrepiece for your outside table display.
Because when you look at the mix of colours in that trailer well as well, lobelia, I mean, those lovely colours tumbling down over this would be highlighted by these pots brilliantly, wouldn't they?
So good, yeah.
Really, really good. That'd be a really
I might
sharp
do that,
look.
actually. I might do that. 130272 if you want to go for the Torino planters. It's a buy one and get two free. And they're just £3.99. The price on one is £3.99. We're going to give you two free on those. And you can multiple, you know, if you put two in your basket, you get four free. Three in your basket, get six free. 130272. The code is the important bit though. YGTV2124. That's how you get your freebies. Now, we've been getting lots of pictures of everybody's Himalayan poppies, and we've been very jealous of those. You've grown them as well.
I have, yeah.
Now, Stu's asking, what else would make me jealous if they sent a picture of it? Dogs and aces. Oh, there's more. What else did I miss out on? Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Lilies, those Peruvian
it's the
lilies.
Caribbean lilies, isn't it? Oh, Tam, look at that. And you've got your fats here in the background as well. Wow. That is gorgeous. That. And you've still got loads of flowers to open up on there as well, haven't you? Those are just sort of opening. They look great, Tam.
People have had such incredible results with those, haven't they? I mean, it's just...
From what I've seen, people have been saying that they're very, very easy. You know, they planted them as bulbs when we brought them last year. It was about November time, wasn't it, we brought those? Planted them as the bulbs, and they've just come through really reliably. I like Stu, our productor. You know, kind of, was he just saying there? He just now saying, yeah, people are having some fantastic results with those. And he went, not you two though, because we were stupid and we didn't get them. We didn't buy them. It's just the sort of thing that you and I, Bex, would normally buy because we like those different, unusual. I was being all sensible. I was like, oh, it's nearly Christmas. I need to save money. So now we have to look at everybody else's, and in our own garden, nada, nothing. Next year. I am definitely getting those next year. I can't wait to show off my pictures as well. Right, we're going to Karen's garden next. Oh, look at those. Those peonies are just... That is a gorgeous... Are they all peonies? Oh. They are, aren't they? Yeah, I think there's a white peony. There's a white in there. I love that pink one with the yellow in the centre. That's gorgeous. Ceanothus standards in the background there. There's a... Is it a rhododendron? Yeah, I think it's a little rhodie. It looks like it. A little rhodie going on there. I love that display. That lovely tree there is... Oh, and this is what I talk about. The step ladder display with the Torino pots. That is such a cool idea, isn't it? She's got some lovely... Are there lights going around there as well that light up at night time? See, that is such a great way of kind of reusing, or you know, kind of saying, oh, you know, because normally you'd throw that ladder away, take it to the tip, and throw it away. Why not display it something like that? Yeah. Just come up with an idea like that, and suddenly you've created something structural, something and you've recycled something that otherwise go to waste, and just turned it into something of beauty. That's beautiful. It is. It's fantastic. That. Oh, look at this one. Nice. Oh, that border. That is something. That is. That's a proper nice full border for you, isn't it, Adam? You like that? I love that. Mine does not look that. I mean, I'm getting there. I am. One border is nice and full, but the others are still a bit empty. I still need to fill in some gaps. Little opium poppies coming up at the back there, and you've got irises, and you've got peonies. Is it geums, I think, Bex? They look at the front. They do look a bit like geums. Some red geums coming up at the front. Yeah, yeah. And some. Hey, yes, Karen. Oh, I've got a Hendrix planter in the background, but more importantly, check out your beautiful little puppy. Is that a Sunbelievable? That looks like a Sunbelievable. in the pot on the left?
On the
it looks
white
like
pot.
the foliage of us, unbelievable, but there's no
very
flower
like
on
that.
it. I'm
What's-
interested.
What's the little chap's name?
Do we know the doggy's name?
Oh, Bailey.
Bailey. Hi, Bailey.
Oh, there's some beautiful dogs on stage, isn't there?
I love Bailey. Oh, Bailey and Otis would play together, I'm sure.
He's a little sweetheart.
He's
isn't
a sweetie, isn't he? Very good. And apparently Stu's just got your pictures. We will be showing them very soon. Elaine, one of our lovely regulars. Her alliums are... Oh, she's got the lovely white ones.
Oh, they're nice.
They're pretty, aren't they? I didn't get those.
Yeah,
They're looking lovely. Strawberries we were talking about earlier. Look, whoa. Yeah, mine are looking like that. I'm getting loads of strawberries. It's just starting to form. But it's not been warm enough and sunny enough for them to turn red yet, although it still is very early, isn't it?
Yeah, although I think they've liked the moisture, because strawberries like a lot of water, so they've enjoyed sort of the damp, sort of cool atmosphere. But I think the strawberry crop's going to be early this year by the looks of it.
It does, yeah, definitely.
But again, the mildness has helped, hasn't it?
I've got a couple of pots of strawberries, but I've also got the pine berries.
Oh.
That has that really bright pink flower on it as well, so I'm quite looking forward to that, because I only got a few last year, so obviously it was new last year, so this year it should really
What
give
strawberries
me
did you go for?
Mine are the Everbearers.
Oh, cool, lovely.
Yeah, so
lovely.
you get loads of them throughout the season.
Yeah, so no big glut.
No big glut, just keep
it.
it. They never make it in
You
the
can bring
house.
some in for me and Stu.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, marvellous.
I definitely will. When they turn red, I'll bring some in.
Lovely.
We can have a little feast in the potting shed. These are going crazy, by the way. Loads of people are going for your Prisma planters. I think we've got loads of these, right, Stu? There's no stock warning or anything on these. Yeah, we're totally safe on these, but definitely take advantage because they are on clearance. It won't just be us at YGTV. These will be available sort of, on email offers and that sort of thing as well. But yeah, we've got enough of them. But grab hold of these while you can. It's a buy one,
get one free.
get one. So these were $7.99. Currently the deal is you buy one at $6.99 and you put the offer code in YGTV2124 and you'll get another one absolutely free. However, if you buy multiples, the price starts to come down. So it's 2 for $6.99, so it works out £3.50 each. But if you put 2 in your basket, you'll get 2 more for free, and then the price comes down to $5.99, which works out at £3.50 each. If you buy 5, you'll get 5 for free, and the price comes down to $4.99. I need maths, Stu. I've lost myself in the numbers. Thank you. So $4.99 and it's £2.50 each. And if you buy 10 or more, then you'll get 10 for free and they come down to $3.99. And that means you're paying £2 a pot. It's a lot of numbers, isn't it? Apparently Graham did it and we were like, I bet he's going to sell them, I bet he's going to go. And he said, no, he's not doing it at the car boot. They're to plant his fuchsias. That must be that crazy deal we did on the fuchsias a little while ago. There's...
Oh, yeah, yes.
When we got a pack of 6 fuchsias for like £5 or something or other.
Is that compost, Graham?
Could be. Oh, no, different Graham.
Different Graham.
Yeah, that'd be great. Perfect size to plant those fuchsias in. In fact, mine should be coming soon. I need some pots to put my fuchsias in.
So, at what point would they stop coming down?
I think it's 10 or more. I think at that point, that's it. There's no more savings to be had.
Right.
There's no more promo mechanics on there. So.
Because I'm just thinking there must come a point where they'll be...
They'll be free. In fact, we'll pay you to take them away. 130331 if you want to take advantage of the Prisma planters. Loads of you are, so thank you very much for those. Right, we are just over halfway through our 3-hour presentation for you today. We'll be here until 1 o'clock. There's always shows that you can watch, by the way, on YouTube, on Facebook and on the YouGarden website. Stu loads them up, so there's always something playing. So you can come back, you can watch it another time. If you need to run off, you've got a doctor's appointment or you want to go and do some gardening, you can come back and watch the shows later on. We do appreciate that you have a life. You're not just sitting there watching us. So yeah, you can come back and watch at any point if you want to. Right. Acer time.
I've got this one.
You have got this one. I haven't got this one.
I love it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning, and it's grown quite quickly for me as well. And I actually believe I got it from YouGarden. There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, just on sort of the corner. Then
love that. with your palm in the background.
Yeah, and it's got some roadies.
That contrast of the foliage is incredible.
Yeah, I'm really chuffed with that little corner. It's it's just come to the fore at the moment. I've got some little roadies in there that are just looking really good.
Beautiful.
And that looks like that all summer long. I mean, it just keeps sort of throwing out more and more kind of sort of pinky leaves. And
of course, it's in that nice, because you've got, obviously the palm is going to create a nice sort of dappled shade bit for it, so it's in the perfect place.
Because those palm leaves come up and they just keep the most intense sort of sun off of it. But I mean, I sort of popped it into that corner about the height of the one we've got here, and that was probably only a couple of years ago, and it has just really taken off, and just done fantastically well. And every day I see it, it kind of makes me smile.
Good.
And
that's what it's supposed to do. This is what gardening is all about. We want stuff in our gardens that are going to make us smile, and this is definitely going to do it, because you've got this lovely colour changing thing, as you can see from that one. The fresh foliage comes out those beautiful kind of pinky shades, don't they?
It does, and sort of and then it sort of it has quite sort of shockingly kind of deep coloured leaves on the end that sort of really stand out different from the kind of the rest of the foliage, and it's got that nice kind of spreading sort of habit as well.
Like a canopy.
Like a canopy, like a little canopy, and the leaves. I mean, it's got these wonderfully finely cut leaves.
Well, where's that one that we're looking at in the shop there? Because this one here, that one. Look at how interesting that is, with the little bits of colour that you're getting on there as it goes through, its colour changing. And then there's this one down here, which has got other... I mean, there's just so much to look at on here. And then you've got those beautiful lime greeny coloured ones as well.
There's just so much interesting. And even the bark, it's on the picture, looking at the bark as well. Look at the
what
kind
do they call
of...
them, those snakes?
Yeah, like a snake bark kind of maple, really.
Yeah, there is a variety. I've forgotten what the name is. Snake's head or snake something or other. And even the bark is then very interesting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of it even at the top of my head.
So when it loses its leaves, it's still interesting to look at.
Yeah, well, autumn colours are fabulous, and then say when they lose their leaves, they've still got that nice, interesting kind of wiry structure. And when they're covered in like a hoarfrost or a light fall of snow or something on a winter's day, they still look really interesting. These plants are tough as well. They're robust. They get through any winter, pretty much most winters. The only thing acers will say is don't put me in a super windy position. And don't put me in a really full-on, I'm going to be baked like like a pork chop kind of position either. They sort of want sort of a bit of dappled coolness.
Shade. I mean, they can go with morning sun, they can go with the evening sun. It's the heat of the day. Did I say that? What did I say?
Yeah,
morning sun, evening sun.
Kind of that really intense afternoon sun is what you need to avoid.
Yeah.
They make fabulous pot plants as well. So if you want to grow them in a pot, that's absolutely fine. But I'm just so chuffed with this variety, because I got it as a free sample when I used to do gardening shows in a previous life, and I got to take the sample home, and it was a smaller plant than this, and I just sort of plonked it into this corner where you saw it in the picture there, and I wasn't really kind of expecting anything massive from it, but in the last couple of years it's just really taken off, and it just looks absolutely fabulous. It
really does, and this is why I'm a big Acer fan. Adam is as well, because they just are so beautiful, give you so much interest, and really calming. And of course, you get those lovely colour changes, and they're super easy, winter hardy, lifetime guarantee included on the Acer Moonrise. Eleanor, thanks for joining us. She's just been hearing that she's been having to deal with a cat typhoon. She's had to split up her 9-month-old cat from her 12-year-old cat.
Oh, right.
Apparently they were having a little squabble, and she's dealt with it, she's sorted it. So welcome, Eleanor. Stu's got pictures in his mind of like cartoon characters, when they were you get this whirl going on. Andy Cap comic strips is what he's thinking. You see like a cloud and just like fists and things sticking out. That's what he's picturing. So you've given Stu a little chuckle there, Eleanor. I hope it's all
catastrophic.
All right. Catastrophic, yes, catastrophic. Yeah. It could have been a catastrophe.
She's now feeling better about the situation.
Oh my word. 510-558 if you want to go for the Acer. Now then, we're going to move on to...
Those jokes are really poor.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
I can't... I have to rely on Stu telling me things, because I'm not good at these.
The tales we come out with. Let's move on. You must be kidding me, Stuart said. I like it. It's just,
right, let's come on. Let's come to our rhododendron. We've seen some rhododendron.
How's it going? You're all right. Do you want to get your chair?
We've seen some rhododendrons.
Would you like a Lucasade?
In the pictures that you've been sending us, and they are absolutely fantastic at the moment, aren't they? The Cosmopolitan Pink is so beautiful. Maybe you haven't got rhododendrons in your garden, maybe you have, but you've got space for some more. Let's have a little look at this one, shall we? Because we've got a £5 saving, and this is a beautiful pink colour here.
It is a lovely pink. It's like, well, sort of pinky purpley colour, and again, it's one of those plants, when you sort of look into it, you just see different things. I mean, for instance, the flower is absolutely magnificent.
Isn't it? And bees love them, don't they?
Yeah, bees go berserk.
They go berserk for roadies.
For roadies. And if you've got acid soil, you can put these straight into your garden. So if you currently, at the moment, you've got camellias, azaleas, roadies growing in your garden quite happily, and they've got deep green foliage, fine. If you haven't, you can grow these in pots, and they make brilliant pot plants. We've got ericaceous compost on our website, I believe, that you can use to plant these in if you want to put them in a pot. But yeah, just pick this plant up, because the flowers are amazing. But sometimes the more you look into a plant, the more you see. And I'm thinking on this, Bex, look at the new stems on there, the redness of those new stems. Even the stems have got that lovely sort of reddy colour.
Yeah, that sort of fresher growth that's coming through, the newer growth. It's got that gorgeous red colour, hasn't it?
Lovely red colour stem there. And then the new leaves come through that lovely sort of limey green colour. And this is such a superb sort of bushy plant as well. Really healthy looking plant there.
This is why we love rhododendrons. You've got glorious kind of evergreen foliage on rhododendrons, so there's always something to look at. But at this time of year, they are the most showy flowers. They're like, look at me,
Absolutely. And they go, so fancy with acers. Well, on the picture I sent you of my acer, I've got rhododendrons behind, and acers and rhododendrons like similar conditions. They like that damp, cool, dappled, shady kind of position. Although acers are not so fussy about ericaceous soil, they'll grow in non-ericaceous soil as well.
It is said that they do like a little bit, but they're not overly fussy. But yes,
not as much as rhodies. But this is a nice sort of compact rhododendron as well, so it'll make a fantastic pot plant. And just a little tip for you as well. This flower head here is probably just starting to go over a little bit. Now, something I just want to show people, because it's really important to deadhead rhododendrons when they're finished flowering. But what you need to do, you get your index finger and your thumb and just go down.
We can't see you. Let's turn it round so we can see you first.
Okay.
Ah, nice one.
Yeah,
nice
so
one.
See this flower head just going over. So you'll go down and just move that down out the way. There we go. And down here you can just see little buds coming there. So what you want to do just above those buds is just do that like that.
Out.
Yeah, and just take that flower head away, just above the bud there. And those buds will then be the flower for the following year.
Very nice.
Yeah, so sort of just deadhead it like that. And that means it doesn't waste energy producing seed, and it will produce these fabulous new shoots. Because these shoots here, these will be your flowering shoots for next year. So you can get an idea of how much this grows a year, about sort of 5, 6, 7 inches a year. And already, that little bud in the middle there.
You can see one there.
That's already your little nascent flower bud.
So that's going to be nice, because they get quite big, don't they, those buds? They really fatten up.
So that's your little flower bud there, just ready for next year.
Lovely. 511094 is the item number. You have got a £5 saving on there. £14.99 as long as you enter the code YGTV2124. Now we need to come back to our passion flower, because we do have a little update for you. This one's been very busy. We sold a lot of them yesterday. It sounds like it's going the same way. We are now down to just 10 remaining of our passion flower. We give you the details of these so that you can add this to your basket if you want to grab hold of the last little pocket of stock that we've got. We have checked, there's no more on order at the moment. We will bring it back, of course we will at some point, but we've done an amazing price on this, $8.99 if you're in the club. I'm not sure we'll be bringing it back at that price. 550334 is the item number. Just 10 of those remaining if you want to get those into your basket. What beautiful flowers. Nice vigorous grower, right, Adam?
It is vigorous. This will cover an area very quickly, but also it'll cover an area quickly, but it's not one of those climbers that will totally obliterate everything else around it or behind it. So if you want to grow this up a piece of trellis work, but you still want to just be able to see through a little bit to the rest of the garden, it's great to grow as a climber like that. And also, it's good to grow in and through other climbers. So say, for instance, you've got a little pergola or a little arbour or a little archway, and you've got a climbing rose that goes up and over, and that rose only flowers once. It's just a single flowering rose for that season, and then you've just got leaves the rest of the season. We'll grow a passion flower up through it, because once the rose is finished flowering, then you can have the passion flowers to keep the interest going over that archway or pergola or whatever for the rest of the summer.
Exactly, and it's not going to strangle that other plant either.
No, it's not
like
overwhelming.
One of those.
It's not like a Virginia creeper or a Russian vine. You know, it's happy to share and mix with other plants.
Very good. Well, we keep showing you the beautiful flower on there, but Stu was just showing you how many buds there are on here as well. You do get loads of flowers on passion flower climbers, so these are a really good one for you to have in your garden, and they're so exotic, so unusual. Anything for it to climb up and over will be perfect. If you want to grab hold of our tower pot deal, have a little look on the website for that, because we've got a double up deal available on those too. Right, let's come back, because we haven't shown you these ones yet today. In fact, some of these we didn't even show you yesterday as well, if you were watching. So now's a really good time to tune in and have a look at these. We're going to start off with our Alstroemeria Indian Summer. This was one of the best sellers from last week. It's been relegated over here. We've got some new favourites over there, but it was incredibly busy last week, so maybe you missed out, maybe you weren't watching, maybe you're one of our newer viewers. This one is highly recommended.
It is, and I've got this in my front garden, or my husband has got growing in our front garden. And our next door neighbour has got a huge patch of these grown in her garden as well. There we go.
That's your neighbour's one, right?
Jill's next door. They're actually, I need to get you an updated picture if we're going to do this again next week, because there's actually more flower on there now. They're all popping out now.
Lovely. Well, you're here on Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm here Sunday. I'll bring one in for the weekend, because that's just going to be a carpet of colour when that comes out, and these are absolutely stunning. I mean, the foliage is that really unusual sort of chocolatey bronze colour, and then the flowers on these, I mean, no wonder they call them Indian Summer, because there we go. Look at that, absolute
so
beautiful.
That's your husband's?
That's it, yeah, that's John's. This is John's garden, and basically John has the front garden, I have the back garden.
I love this.
And never the twain shall meet.
I love it, because you've got very different gardening styles.
Different gardening styles, yeah.
I like that you've separated it. There's no arguments. It's nice. It's dead easy then. That's my space. That's your space.
Yeah.
Don't come into my dance space.
But and it's quite weird, because when we're really, really busy gardening, there's me in the back garden, the bungalow's in the middle, and there's John in the front garden. So we're like in different zones. We're separated by the house, and we won't see each other for hours. And I can see occasionally I can see John through the windows, like through the patio doors. I see him through the kitchen window on the other side of the bungalow, but. Yeah.
I love it.
But, John has grown these, and they're just established so well, and we've got them in a really hot, sunny position in quite a poor soil as well, because the soil up in Swaffham, where I live in Norfolk, is very sandy, very well drained, so it tends to leach out the nutrients. But you know what? These form a fantastic carpet, and Bex, I always say the truth on this programme, and strike me down if I don't say the truth about these. In the last couple of years, in Jill's garden next door, these have been flowering all the way into November, and it was only finally a really severe frost that kind of stopped them from flowering. They're on lovely compact stems. They get about 15, 18 inches tall. They don't need staking, and not like the old Alstroemerias that used to get really tall and gawky and then just all fall over in the wind and rain. These stand upright, and even though this flower looks quite tropical and delicate, they put up with really, really awful weather. I mean, again, where we live in Swaffham, it's quite a windy part of the world, and when we get wind and heavy rain, these just actually bounce back. They look amazing. They're just brilliant. They
really do, and these are supplied to you as 3 of our jumbo plug plants. So a jumbo plug is just a bigger plug, being grown on here by our experts, by our growers, so that these are ready for you to plant out. 3 of them for £8 saving, £16.99 or £15.29 if you are in the club. And of course, these are going to come back for you year after year as well. Do protect them a little bit from slugs and snails, though. I have found, in fact, I think they might have munched through the Alstroemerias that I planted last year, because I did not strolch that area of the garden. Silly me, I will learn my lesson. So do think about getting hold of some strolch, or do your usual, slug and snail protection. Strolch is amazing though, because obviously there's no poisons, no pellets, and it's a really nice sort of eco-friendly way to keep the slugs and snails away, but keep them in your garden, because the birds like to eat them, the toads like to eat them, the hedgehogs like to eat them, so they're good to have in your garden. We just don't want them eating our gorgeous plants, do we? 480 255 105 is the item number if you want to go for your Elstra Miria Indian Summer. Now we're going to move on to the night phlox, the Zaluzienskia.
Easy for you to say.
Zaluzienskia ovata.
Would you like to smell lovely in the evenings?
I like to smell lovely all the time, but definitely in the evenings, please.
Well, I've got some good news for you.
Good.
These smell absolutely gorgeous in the evenings and at night time as well.
They're one of the most scented in the evenings, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They really, they pack a punch, and it's a really sweet sort of honey vanilla scent as well.
It's really, really stunning,
and
stunning
I love
fragrance.
I love that time in the evening. You know, even when it's been a little bit, and you've got a lovely warm sunny day, but you've got that quite blustery sort of warm breeze and stuff. There's always a point in the evening where everything just goes really still and calm.
Yeah, that's weird how that happens, isn't it?
It's got to be something to do with weather patterns, but there's just that moment, isn't it, where even if it's been breezy all day long, everything goes nice and still, and that's where you start to smell everything. And that honey vanilla gorgeous scent you're going to get from this, sitting down with your gin and tonic or your cup of tea, whatever it might be. Ooh.
Yeah, the fragrance in these is incredible, and and the reason that is they flower at night is because they're pollinated by night creatures. So a lot of plants that flower at night were pollinated in some countries by possums, by bats, by moths.
Possums.
Possums.
Possums pollinate.
Yeah, possums. Yeah, possums.
Wow.
Yeah, possums are pollinators.
I'm going to read up on that. That sounds fascinating.
Different creatures, that come, even mice, the creatures in some certain parts of the world, they come out.
All you're doing is transferring pollen from one place to another, anything can do that. We can do it with a paintbrush.
Exactly.
They can do it. Yeah.
Because a lot of these night flowering plants will have lots and lots of really thick, gooey, sort of drippy nectar. So they attract.
So they go and feed on it.
Yeah, they go and feed on it. So they'll go into the flower, they'll lick off the sweet nectar,
and then they go to the next flower.
They go to the next flower.
And so they're pollinating by doing that.
And they've got some pollen on the back of their head or whatever their ears. They go to the next flower, and inadvertently they transfer the pollen from one flower to another, all the time being tricked into doing this by the nectar.
Wow.
So the smell of these is phenomenal. During the day, the buds are sort of closed up, and somebody described them as almost looking like the ends of matchsticks.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They're really red colour.
Yeah, really little red colour. And then these flowers pop over, and you've got this pinwheel kind of shaped flower. And the nighttime fragrance of this is intoxicating. And just by the way as well, you've got 3 of these. And 3 of these would look fantastic in 3 of the Torino pots because they're just the right size. And if you want fragrance on your table, in fact, let's lift one, put one up there, because I mean these are only tiny at the moment, but that would grow on very, very quickly.
It would. So it looks it looks a little bit lost when you first plant it in. But of course, we're at that magic point of the year, aren't we? Everything just is romping. It's raring to grow. It's going to romp away, and it'll fill that very, very quickly.
Well, with our professional compost in there as well. But this plant, it's doubly fragrance as well because the foliage on this Bex. I don't know if I like it or not. I'll be honest, because I wouldn't say I love it if I don't. It's.
Oh, what does it smell like?
It's I can't really.
I quite like it.
You quite like it?
It's fresh.
Is it a little bit like geraniums, like the zonal geraniums?
Not quite.
Not quite. I can't place it. But
it's got something.
But it's very aromatic, isn't it?
I know what you
foliage?
mean. I don't know what it is. It'll come to me. It's lovely though.
It's like a herb,
I like it.
So I can't. Yeah, I don't actually, that's weird. The more you've done that, actually, that's changed. That's woken up a bit. Now, that's quite nice actually. It's not too bad.
Isn't it funny? Like it's just on the tip of your tongue what it might be, but
yeah, I can't.
It's gorgeous anyway.
The fact,
it's got it's a nostril feast. It's a nostril feast.
The fact that even the foliage is fragrance is incredible, but then to top that as well, the flowers are going to be absolutely knockout. So if you've got the Torino plants, for example, and then you're having those summer barbecues, those evening parties, just imagine 3 of these on the table and all that fantastic fragrance being pumped out.
Totally. 480 is the item number. Sorry, I was chuckling a bit. I did this little video. You weren't here yesterday. I did this little video for TikTok. Stu and I, we go out after the show's finished, we do some filming, and anyway, you know when you're just doing something live, because it's all unscripted, we don't know what we're going to say, we don't rehearse it, and I was talking about, and this one is just going to be a nostril feast. What is that? Just the weirdest thing that I came out with. It's going to be a total nostril feast, and Stu's kept it in the video because he thought it was hilarious.
You need to own that now, Bex. I'm going to add that to the list. You've done squeeze and tease.
Squeeze and tease, raring to grow.
A nostril feast.
A nostril feast.
Yeah. And you had another one as well you haven't used. Now, there was another one you used to come out with you haven't used for ages. Oh.
Petalicious?
Petalicious. There was even one before that, something you used to say. It was like a 4 or 5 worder one. It'll come to me eventually.
Let me know, because I'm building up a bank. Like Dave the Plant Man. He's been in the potting shed. He's got a big following on social media. He ends all of his videos with interesting fact. So I feel like I need a catchphrase.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to come up with a really good catchphrase, like Dave the Plant Man's got. So I'm just trying out a few different ones. If anyone's got any ideas, by the way, I don't know, if you've got any interesting ideas of catchphrases I can use, can you let me know? It'd be really helpful. Nostril feast.
Yes. Not quite sure about that one, really, but...
Anyway, should we move on?
I might have to nick one from somewhere else. I don't know. Bus fare home or something.
I want a really good catchphrase, so I can be like Dave the Plant Man, but not Dave the Plant. Obviously, I need my own one. Nostril feast, raring to grow.
Nostril feast.
It doesn't sound good, does it?
No,
right,
no, don't go there.
Don't go there. Let's move on to our Verbena quartz mix, shall we? Because we are all... gardening for everyone, loads of things that we bring you, range of stuff that we want to bring you, but right now, we want garden ready, we want summer bedding.
We do.
We want some of the other stuff as well, but garden ready, summer bedding, that's what we've got for you right now, isn't it?
That one's been out already. Look at those.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter which one.
Look at the rooty business going on there.
Doesn't matter which one we take out of here.
Look at that.
Rooty. Look at that one. Loads of flower heads coming up on that one as well. Yeah, they are very consistent in their quality, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic
doesn't matter which
quality.
one we take out.
Great height. And look, each one, look, multi-branched. You know, not even any pinching out needed on these, but you could pinch them out further if you want to. And by that, what I mean is...
You'd take that flower off there, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
That one's been pinched already.
That one's been pinched already, but...
You might take... So this bit here, look, that'd be... Oh, look, that got pinched.
Or you could even go further down. You could go to the next...
Down here.
Go on, do it, Bex.
Pinch.
Go on. Go on. You've got nice, strong, sharp nails.
Pinch.
See?
That'll encourage... So can you see here how you've got the branching coming out here? So that branching is going to happen down here. And then you can multi-pinch, can't you?
You can multi-pinch.
Which I've done with my dahlias.
Yeah.
So I pinched initially, waited for some more growth, then pinched a little bit more. I'm stopping now, because pinching means you'll delay the flowering, but you'll get more flowers.
Yeah, you will delay the flowering, but these, for instance, these are annuals, so these are bedding plants, but that's not a bad thing, because sometimes, some annuals, if you let them romp away too quickly, they peak before the end of the season. Whereas if you just, deprive yourself of that colour for a little bit longer,
we're only talking a few weeks, aren't we?
Only a few weeks or so. It's amazing how much further into the future you can then extend that flower colour. So, I mean, you don't have to pinch these out. If you don't want to pinch these out, don't worry. But if you want to, it will extend that flowering season for you. But these make lovely sort of ground cover sort of plants. They're great for hanging baskets, pots, troughs, anywhere like that. We've got this wonderful mix of colours on these, and all you need to do with these really, plant them somewhere sunny, deadhead them, water them and feed them either in pots or hanging baskets, and just enjoy months and months of colour. And these can go straight out now. You don't need to worry about these. These
get them planted. We're done now, I think, as far as frosts and things are concerned. You don't need to worry. £16.98 if you want to go for these 20 garden-ready plants. That is a lot. Let me just lift that up, because sometimes you can't really see, can you? Obviously, there's loads of foliage and flowers there. But look, those are the separate little pods that they're in. Keep hold of these, by the way. They are fully recyclable, but I always keep these, because then when you're sowing seeds and things like that later on in the year, you can reuse those in order to do that. But obviously it is all fully recyclable as well. Mixture of colours in there: the pink, the red, the purple, the white. 410077 is your item number if you want to go for your Verbena quartz mix. Make sure you enter your offer code, because if you do, you'll get your savings. You'll get your buy one get one. You get your buy one get two, but you'll also get your free gift included in your shopping basket. This week's free gift is enormous as well. So it's a pack of 5 bulbs of our skyscraper lily, the Verbena variety, which is the gorgeous pink coloured one. Tree lily, it can get taller than me. First year, probably not, maybe about 4 feet in the first year. But subsequent years, we are talking up to 6 feet in height and loads of lilies up at the top.
Yeah, perhaps 20, 30 lily flowers and stems as thick as broom handles. So they really, really are mind-blowingly huge.
Yeah, and they come back year after year as well, honestly, and they're super easy to grow, super easy to look after. Best thing about it is that it's absolutely free, worth £7.99 in your basket. Apparently we are getting some catchphrase suggestions, so thank you so much for anybody that has sent them in. How about when I'm giving out advice, Bex knows best? Oh, without the thumb, I can't do the thumbs up because that's the Dave the Plant Man. I like that.
That's got a ring to it. Bex knows
sounds
best.
a bit big-headed though, doesn't it?
Or you could do Bex knows best.
Bex knows best.
Bex knows
Nostril
best.
feast. How about Rooty Beauty? Yes, I love that.
Like that one? Go for that.
Totally having that one. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll use that.
It's a Rooty Beauty.
It's a Rooty Beauty. Adam is saying... Apparently Adam is saying that I should say, this goes well with, because apparently I say that all the time. Thanks, Adam. Do I say that all the time? I must do.
Do you ever do that? Because I'm always...
I know I say beautiful and gorgeous a lot.
Yeah.
I know there's a few keywords, and you've got to try and mix up your vocabulary a bit, haven't you?
It's weird, because when you do
There's
shopping
some words
telly, because I sometimes I say to my other half, I say, I'm not saying the same thing all the time. I don't have so... and we all do, don't we? But sometimes you think... Because you just don't want to be saying, oh, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful. Does he know any other word, or does she know any other word?
Apparently I say this goes well with.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I do mean it, though. Every time I say it, I genuinely mean it. All right, thanks for your suggestions. Keep them coming in. I love it. Let's find me a catchphrase. Let's get me as big as Dave the Plant Man, shall we? 410-077 for your verbena quartz mix. Let's move on to our gorgeous ceanothus next, shall we? Because we've got a killer deal on this at £9.99. I know that ceanothus has been looking absolutely amazing the last few weeks. It's one of those standout plants in the border. Have you been looking at those and thinking, I want one?
Well, I know, lady.
Now's the time to get it.
Put a picture of one up on social media and it's gone down a storm.
Yeah!
Like,
it was me, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't surprising because that was a gorgeous one. That was a very tall, upright variety. This is Ceanothus thyriciflorus repens, and repens basically means it's sort of ground cover, it's sort of ground hugging. Now, having said that, it's more ground hugging in the most sunny position you can put it in. So the sunnier the position, the more ground hugging this becomes. If you put them in less sunny positions, they tend to start to grow upwards and upright rather than ground hugging.
Because they're seeking the light.
Because they're seeking the light, yeah. Very, very, very drought tolerant, incredibly drought tolerant.
You don't need to water these much
Don't need to water these. Grow in very, very poor soils. In fact, they originate from California, that part of the world, and they grow in sort of scree slopes and really hot, dry, sunny, deprived soils. And that's where they flourish. They're evergreen as well, so they look good in the winter time. This one makes a great ground cover. And again, my other half, he's got one of these in his front garden, been flowering its socks off. Looks absolutely gorgeous.
Look at that
carpet of blue for quite a few weeks. But they have a funny little habit as well, like quite a lot of shrubs do. They will occasionally, later in the summer, still just
give you another load of flowers.
Yeah, just
never as big as this.
No,
you
not
never
as,
get the full bloom, but they will chuck out more flowers.
The odd flowers here and there, which is quite nice. The pollinating insects absolutely adore them.
Yeah.
Now this one, this is how yours would grow if it's kind of in a shadier position. I'm not sure this is exactly the...
I'm not sure it's exactly the same one. This is my mum and dad's one, but it gives an idea. This is the one in my mum and dad's garden. It just gives an idea of kind of how smothered this can get with those
amazing,
blooms.
Bex.
It's beautiful. They reckon it's about 4 or 5 years old, and it's so easy.
Variegated leaves?
I'm not sure. It does look like it a little bit in there, doesn't it?
Because there's one called Zanzibar that's got, although they're slightly bigger, the variegated leaves on that. But no, this one is great for ground cover. So if you've got like a sort of an open space that's really hot and dry and well drained, or you've got a bank, for example, or a slope, or somewhere that's really bright and sunny, and you want a really reliable shrub that's evergreen, that flowers, that's got super glossy foliage, that will spread sideways and cover a large area, go for one of these. Once you've planted it, there's nothing else to do. You don't need to deadhead it, you don't need to prune it, you don't need to trim it.
You just leave them.
Just leave it.
Leave
Let
them.
it do its thing.
And enjoy it. And then obviously you'll get those beautiful smothering flowers on there that will cover that foliage. But then, of course, once they start to die back, as you can see on this one, it is starting to go over. But you're left with that gorgeous evergreen foliage on there. And it's a great time to get this in your garden now. Get it in, get it established. And that means that next season you will have those beautiful flowers. And, of course, it may even surprise you and throw out some gorgeous flowers for you later on in the season as well. Adam's making a mess.
I'm getting stuff everywhere, but I don't care. Bark's on all over the place. But
don't
again,
care.
look at the root system.
I mean, it's a really nicely established plant. That's not... It's
Even
not
the
been
plant's
whacked
this
into,
big. No.
It's not just been taken from a smaller pot and put into that 2-litre pot now, so we can charge a higher price. That's been growing
That's been growing on in there, Bex.
510-886 if you want to go for your Ceanothus. Adam's going to clean up, but the first thing we're going to talk about really is our purple eye, the Tulbagia. Now, we brought this one out specifically because Adam is here. We showed it to you yesterday. We were actually going to rest it today because Adam wasn't here yesterday. We're going to rest it and maybe bring it back Sunday. But Adam specifically wanted to bring this out because they were talking about it on the Chelsea show last night, weren't they?
It was, yeah. Tulbagia. Tulbagia is a stunning plant.
Is.
I mean, it's got these lovely upright stems, these really gorgeous little sort of pinky purple flowers on top. And there was one on the Chelsea Flower Show coverage last night. I think it was called Lazy Pants. I think the name for that was.
Yes.
This one's called Purple Eye. You've got this chive-like foliage at the base here, and these just keep flowering all the way through the summer. You can see at the bottom here, there's some nice little buds, little flower buds coming up. So it's not like just one flush of flower and that's it. And if you crush the foliage, it has like oniony kind of smell to it.
A nice onion smell.
Yeah, nice onion smell. Yeah, absolutely.
So some people might think that's not very nice.
No, I think that's...
Chivy smell maybe is more...
Yeah. And again, I'm just going to... No, I'm not.
Squeeze it. Oh,
get me a chair.
Whoa!
That's...
All right, we didn't take that one out of the pot yesterday. Whoa!
Yeah, again, look, we show you... there's no secrets on this programme. We don't... You know, we show you that Rooty Beauty...
That is a Rooty Beauty.
It is indeed, yeah.
Who gave us that name? Who gave us that one?
But...
Gary, thank you, Gary.
But no, these Tulbagias are great. They're delicate, they're kind of pretty, they've got these lovely straight stems with these lovely little soft flowers on the top. They're great for rockeries, they're great for pots and troughs, great for growing in gravel areas. And I just think they're really, really elegant and just so easy. And the fact that they
are elegant, you're right.
Sending out these little flower heads all summer long.
That's the right description. The very elegant, gorgeous movement that they're going to create as well. And it's that little bit of height. You know, if you've got something that's slightly lower, maybe like, I don't know, your rock roses or your carpet phlox or something like that, and then this just rising up above it. So beautiful.
Yeah, I love them. I hope you do too, because they really are. They're unusual. They're different, and you can just see there, how terrific they are. And they're very undemanding. They're very hardy. They'll come back year after year after year. They need very little attention, but they're just kind of a little plant that will just keep flowering for you for month after month. And just look glorious.
That's a Beck's Best Buy right there. Thanks, Tam. It's not. It's an Adam Best Buy here, but let's go with it. 561-225. You can just get one of those if you want to for £9.99, but for £5 more, you can double up and get two of those home.
Can we show people the mess?
A little bit.
The mess with it. Look. How much mess have I made? Sorry about that. It's just...
Because I'm a gardener. Have you seen that on the socials? Because I'm a gardener, I've got loads of pots down next to my shed. I particularly liked the one, I'm a gardener, and I know that hardening off is a thing, but meh, I'll let it go. Anyway, 561-285 is the item number if you want to go for the Tulbagia, the Purple Eye. We're going to come back over into the middle because Stu wants to talk to you about... these pots, because you do absolutely adore these ones. I'm not surprised because we have the most amazing deal on these ones for you. So it used to be £7.99 for one. That's the label on here. It's actually been brought down to £6.99, okay? So £6.99, but it's a buy one, get one free. You put one in your basket. We will put the other one into your basket absolutely free as long as you put YGTV2124 in there, in the offer code. That is a Beck's Best Buy right there. So that works out at £3.50 each. However, it does get better. If you put 2 of these into your basket and you enter the code YGTV2124, we will put another 2 into your basket and it will be £5.99 each, which means that that breaks down to £3 per pot. If you put 5 into your basket, you'll get another 5 free as long as you put that offer code in, and it works out at £4.99. That's £2.50 each. But if you want to go for 10 or more, which 2 of our viewers have done already, you will get, so put 10 in your basket, you'll get 10 absolutely free with the offer code, and that breaks down to £3.99, which breaks down to £2 per pot. I know that's a lot of numbers, but you can absolutely see the more you buy, the more you are going to save. So even if you don't know what you're going to do with these yet, you might want to just add these into your basket, leave them in the shed, you know, down the side of the house. You know, that little area where you don't really show anybody because it's all messy. Put them down there because you'll then have these ready for you. The next time we do some other killer amazing deal on some plants, you'll have them ready to go. 130331 is the item number that you need if you want to add the Prisma planters into your basket. I've got a couple of these. My hostas are grown in them. They look beautiful. Really good size, frost resistant, UV stabilised. They're not, we use them for a season and then they're going to be rubbish after that. These will last you for several years.
They're beautiful pots, aren't they, Beck? So on those, so it's So what is it?
It's what?
It's like so.
What are you talking about? Buy one, get one free?
Yeah, well, I can outdo you on that.
Okay. Oh, I know where you're going. This one is a buy one, get one free, but...
This one is a buy one, get 2 free.
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry, I wasn't with you on that, was I? Sorry.
So
Not
yeah,
very good
I mean, not as big as the other ones.
No, but
yeah,
these are really handy. I don't actually have these ones, but I've got the Alhambras, which are the similar size, but they're just the round ones, and I love them. I love the size of these. They're so handy for creating lovely tiered displays with your other pots, on the step ladders, on your tables.
Can we see the step ladder pick again? Because I love that pick.
Oh, I'm sure still find it
That's
for
great,
you.
that step ladder pick, because you know there's an old step ladder that's got all rickety and dangerous, and you can't use it anymore. You know, because you're going to fall off of it. So you either take it down and throw it in the skip, and, you know. Or you do something like this with it. You put your Trino pots on there.
And she's got some lights going around there,
yeah,
so at night time that's going to be illuminated. It's lovely.
And once those plants mature and tumble over the sides and stuff, yeah, that, you know, it's just, I love people's imagination.
Yeah.
It's of kind of just reusing old things, really. Repurposing, that's the word I was trying to think of earlier. Just great to sort of repurpose things, really. Like the little picture of the welly boots earlier on, upcycling. And these pots are just great because that I would kill for that little frame.
I know,
that
that's
these are
gorgeous,
sitting on.
isn't it?
Yeah, you go to Reclaim Yard, they'd charge you a couple of £100 for that. They
Absolutely.
really would.
Yeah, and look at that now that she's
great.
got that filled up. I mean, and that was a few weeks ago that she sent us that picture, so those plants are going to have really established, and that's going to look so, so beautiful. And of course, Karen has gone for multiples here. She bought 3. No? Yes, she's got 3, but she got 6 absolutely free. So this is where you can actually make those savings work really nicely for you. Oh, excuse me, 130272 is the item number.
It's too much for you, guys. It's overwhelming for you, isn't it, dear? You're just overwhelmed by it all.
Overwhelmed. Put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV2124, and we will put the other 2 into your basket automatically. And of course, by putting that offer code in, you're not just getting free pots, you're even getting a free gift included as well, which is a pack of 5 of our tree lily bulbs, the sky scraper bulbs included as well. Right, we're going to have a little break. I'm going to have a little slurp of my drink. We're going to have a little chat to you about our compost, and we're going to hear from our head gardener, Peter, when he was in the potting shed with Sean a little while ago.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic, and plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in, but most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah.
There we go, that's our head gardener. It's lovely to hear from him because obviously he's had a major part in, well, everything that we do here at YouGarden, but certainly the success of that beautiful, beautiful compost here. 2 50-litre bags that you will get delivered direct to your door with absolutely no postage included. And of course, that way round, you're going to get your free gift included in there, as well as a £2.50 saving, as long as you enter the offer code YGTV2124. Now, this is a great way of being able to get your free gift once.
Have you sort of matched your top with the free gift today?
I think I have, haven't I?
You have, haven't you?
But if you do want to get multiples of your free gift, place an order for your compost, put your code in and get your free gift, and then come back and do another order, because then you'll get another free gift included. And of course, if you can get it to over £40, you'll get free postage on there as well. Dingo apparently has just been in touch. He has followed suit. He has ordered 10 of the Prismas as well. Well done, Dingo. That's 3 people now. So he's ordered 10, which means he's going to get 20, because it's a buy one, get one free. That's the best price that we can do on it. Works out at £2 per pot. £1.80 each if you're in the club. Buy one, get one free on here. So the prices range. So it used to be £7.99. It's been brought down to £6.99 on a buy one, get one free. So that works out at £3.50 a pot. Yeah, but you can get them for £2 a pot if you order more. And there's prices in between depending on how many you order. The more you buy, the more you save is ultimately the message that we're giving you there. 130331 if you want to take advantage of our pot deal. Shall we move over?
Nice pot specs, aren't they?
They're great. I've got a couple. They're
really
awesome.
love them. I love them. They're
I've
just
got those.
elegant, really elegant.
Right, we're coming back to our favourites table, and we're going to start off with the osteospermum, the purple sun, and these are 6 of the 9 centimetre pots that you are going to get of these. These are fantastic. Anne has apparently been in touch about the osteospermum. She grew these last year. Oh, look at that with the little raindrops on.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh.
Do you know what these remind me of? Did you ever do that thing at school when you was a kid where you used to get like a bit of blotting paper or something and you dripped a bit of ink onto it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, was it called chromatography or something? And then,
I don't know.
then the colours would come out from the middle and change. That's what that flower looks like.
It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it?
I mean, look at that. I mean, black in the middle there, then going to that purple and then fringing out into that gorgeous orange and almost look at a little bit of yellow on the end there as well.
You get lovely yellow tips on there, and they really are illuminated once you get those. I mean, even not in daylight, but under sunshine, they really do shine bright, honestly. They're really clever. Thank you, Anne, for sending those pictures. Those could be our promo pictures. Those were really good pictures.
Yeah.
Excellent photos there. So 400953 if you want to take hold or take advantage of the deal we've got here. Huge £13 saving, 6 of these 9 centimetre pots included. That display that you're going to get for so long with these, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, these again will go right up into the frost. And I mean, we talk about these as being annuals, but they don't have to be. I mean, if you brought these in at the end of the year,
I'm going to try it this year.
kept them frost-free, I think you could keep these going from one year to the next.
I got rid of them last year, so I've got some more for this year. So I'm actually going to put them into pots and I'm going to try and overwinter them, and I'll see if I manage to get them through.
Yeah, I think all you'd need to do, Bex, is pot them on at the end of the season, just trim them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just take the old step, to trim them down sort of about a third, and then just keep on the dryish side during the winter time, somewhere bright.
I'm going to keep them in the conservatory.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super warm, and I think you could get those through and start them over again
Well, I'll
next
let you know
year.
next year.
Yeah.
But we're going to get months of colour from them this year, loads and loads of flowers, and very minimal maintenance and care.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this one here, for example. I mean, you know, that one there, look at the flower buds coming on that. I mean, just every, like, sort of in the middle up here, I mean, there's a whole massive cluster of flower buds, and there's flower buds all the way around this, on all the stems down to the bottom of the plant. It's a multi-stemmed plant. I mean, it's got those beautiful, beautiful colours there. In fact, the lights in the studio don't do the colours justice on this. I think when you get it outside...
I can see it on that one there.
Yeah.
Look,
where you got...
that one there. Look at that gorgeous light shining on that one.
Isn't that
I mean,
lovely?
and that's got those extra yellow tips on there, and they do sort of change colour, don't they? You know, as they mature and grow. And I like the fact that you've got some ranges in there, like the one next to it. That one at the front, not so yellow on the edge, but this one more yellow on the edges, and I like the fact that you've got that mixture going on.
They're almost a little bit like the Rebecca twister.
Yeah.
Because they've got that same kind of thing where the colours sort of
No, I see what you
spiral
mean.
out
like
from
the green
middle.
twister.
Green twister, yeah. And,
Do you mean echinacea?
Echinacea, that's what I meant.
the
Yeah,
one,
echinacea, yeah. What did I say?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, yeah, echinacea, yeah.
Close.
Yeah, close, yeah. But not good enough. I need to up my game. I mean, yeah, that colour range there is, you know, is absolutely spectacular. And again, on a sort of a grey day like we've had, you know, yesterday or the first part of today, you look at a flower like that, it really sort of just lifts your mood. It's almost like these flowers are just trying to cheer you up and lift your spirits, really. Lovely, glossy, green, healthy foliage on there, and silly root system on it. In fact, I'm going to find the one I've already taken out the pot because I was so terrified of... there we go. This one I took out earlier, but just to, again, show you the root system on that. I mean, just a fabulous root system. And we always show you the roots because at YouGarden, yeah, we're not some like massive production line where we're just sticking cuttings in. Oh, leave them a week. That's fine. Send them out. You know, barely any root at all. We've all had that experience, haven't we? Where we bought a plant.
When you pull it out and all the compost and soil in there falls away, and it's so frustrating. I bought it that size pot. I want it to fill that size pot.
Well, it's funny enough you say that because the other week I bought some shrubs from somewhere for a customer, and they were in a 2-litre pot. And I did the thing where, you know, which you do, where you put your fingers either side, you tap it, you turn the pot upside down, and as I did that, suddenly all the 2 litre compost fell away, and I was left with a 9 centimetre root ball in the middle.
So they charged you more for that size of pot, but actually you bought something that should have been a lot less.
Technically, that's illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, what they're meant to do is put signs in to say recently potted on, because we never do that. What you see is what you get, and every plant we send out to you, it will be fully rooted. It will be ready to go, ready to grow away. And remember, all our hardy plants as well have that lifetime guarantee, which our next osteospermums will, because they're hardy osteospermums.
Yeah, and of course they will have been in the post for a couple of days. Like I got some tomato plants sent through yesterday. They arrived yesterday, and they're in the little greenhouse, and I opened them up, and do you know what? They needed a drink. That's fine. Put them out I put them onto the draining board, in actual fact. Put a little bit of water in there, left them there for 20 minutes, came back later, and it was amazing, the difference. So do just give them a little drink when you get them home. They're securely packaged in fully recyclable packaging, so that they're designed to get to you in the best possible condition. Obviously, we water them well before they come to you, but they will have spent a little bit of time in the post. So give them a little love when they get to you in the post, won't you? 400953 is the item number if you want to get hold of 6 9-centimetre pots, the Osteospermum Purple Sun. Those are what most people are going to treat as annuals. You might be able to get them through a winter. I'm certainly going to try to do it this year if you keep them frost-free. These ones, you don't have to worry about, do you? These are the hardy ones.
Really hardy ones.
These are the Adams of the Osteospermum world.
There's nothing hardy about me. I'm about as butch as, I don't know, about as butch as Christmas, really. But, I mean, these are tough ones. These will go from year to year to year. And there's that area over there. Everybody's thinking, if he goes on about that area over there again, I'm going to clunk him. But no, there is a nice area, just a little house just down the road from the studio. Here. And they've got this huge clump of these growing outside. And it's easily probably the size of this table, if not double. And it's a carpet of these flowers. And they're obviously the hardy one, because they wouldn't have grown that quick this year from little plants. And they're great for covering quite large areas. What they do as well is they grow. They do something called layering, which I've noticed at work. So they'll grow, they'll kind of flop a bit, and then where the stem touches the ground, it will root, and then it will grow again. So it almost becomes like a rooted kind of carpet of these, which is fantastic. And year after year after year, these will come back. They'll give you month after month after month of colour. And we've gone for such a fabulous colour range, haven't we, Bex? And we've gone for the white. We've gone for the sort of the lovely sort of quite vivid purple, and then that softer colour further down, the blush pink. And when you can mix these 3 colours together, you can plant them separately, you can put them in pots.
I think they'd work perfectly all mixed in together. And you've got options. I think plant these and mix them up, because they have been put into this collection to work harmoniously together. So if you do want to create that display, you can with these colours. 6 jumbo plugs included. Jumbo plugs. Just bigger plugs.
Jumbo plugs.
Just been grown on that little bit further for you. So these are super ready to...
What is that, Bex?
That's so strong.
No, not with something else.
That is a rooty beauty right there.
It is,
rooty beauty. You can plant those out with confidence and know that you're going to get a gorgeous carpet of colour all summer long, right the way through to those first frosts, and it will come back for you year after year as well. Double up deal also on this one. So for £5 more, you can get another set of those 6 jumbo plugs. £1.50 each, that works out as a £1.30 something if you are in our club. £1.35. 480991 if you want to go for the Osteospermum Hardy collection. Very quick one on our Delphinium. This is also a double up deal that you've got here. So you can go for one for £9.99, or you can pay £5 more and get a second one included as well. Delphiniums are gorgeous, aren't they?
They're gorgeous, they're stately, they're statuesque, they're colourful, they're loved by pollinators. This one's got lovely erect stems, probably doesn't need staking. You've got that really interesting foliage, and also you've got those wonderful flowers, those lovely purple coloured flowers, which are really, really different and unusual. If you don't want to grow the usual blue coloured delphinium, you fancy something a little bit. I don't know, what colour is that? Cerise? Is that cerise?
No, it's a definite. It's like a regal purple.
Purple.
Yeah. It's a definite kind of royal. It's not quite royal purple, but it is a beautiful deep shade of purple. In the sunlight, that's going to look gorgeous.
That's nice there, isn't it?
It's stunning, and it's the Astalat variety as well, which have been bred to deal with higher summer temperatures, and also they have a higher than average number of flowers on there as well. So if you want a delphinium, that's definitely one you should be looking at. 560237 is the item number. Moving on to our Granvia, the helichrysums, or paper flowers, you might know them as. Adam's been growing some on from from seed. So these are the ones that he has grown at home in our premium professional compost. I mean, this is just to show you really the kind of results you can get with our premium professional compost. Check that out.
Look at that.
Look how good that is. And what that shows you really is what your plug plants are going to become in not very long at
Very
all.
quickly.
Just, a month or so, I reckon they'll be getting to that size. Because obviously we're in that magic part of the year right now, aren't we, where things grow really quickly. This is the one that you are going to be receiving here. 3 of those plug plants. That's just Adam's he's brought on to show you.
But look
that
what they've got in common. They've both been grown in the same compost.
Totally.
So little plant, big plant, but still fabulous root system there, Bex. And I actually grew mine in the cells. I think because some seeds you can do what we call station sow, which means if the seeds are big enough, you can sow them in these little trays of cells, and you can put one seed in the middle of each.
Right.
And I think I might have station sown those, and I grew them on in the little cells, kind of like the lobelia are in. Yeah. And then from that, I potted them on into this, and now these are ready to go outside. So that's what you can do with yours.
So when are these going to start flowering?
These start flowering, where are we now? Probably about the end of June, going into July, and then all the way through to October. In fact, the only thing that knocked them down in the end was some really high winds, I think, end of October, November. Right. But really, really chuffed with these. Wonderful, wonderful, bright, cheery colours. And you can dry the flowers on these as well, because they're like those paper flowers. If you want to dry them, just pick them just as the flowers are starting to open out. If you leave them much longer, they all fall off. But just as they're opening out, pick them, nice long tall stems, hang them upside down somewhere warm and dry, like a garage or a greenhouse or somewhere. Let the flowers dry out, and then you can use them as dry flower arrangements.
Lovely.
They are really good, and they were just so easy to grow up. In fact, what I'll do, if we're going to bring these again on Sunday, I'll show you an area of my garden where I've planted these. They got to about 2 or 3 foot tall, and yeah, they were marvellous. Really, really different, unusual kind of bedding plant for the summer.
Oh, who's that? Eleanor. Eleanor is saying that our YouGarden plug plants are huge, is the word she used, when you compare it to other postal plug plant companies. So well done, Eleanor, for shopping around and finding your own experience. Thank you very much for that recommendation that you're giving to all of the other viewers as well. Of course we think they're great. Of course we do, because we work here, but it's lovely to get those kind of personal recommendations from our customers. So thank you so much for letting us know that. 401524 is the item number if you want to go for the Granvia, the helichrysums, the paper flowers. That is for that one there. We're going to finish on this table with our lobelia trail away. I'm saying everybody needs to add this into their basket today. Everyone needs some lobelia in their gardens. Doesn't matter what kind of display you're doing. Yes, it's a filler for hanging baskets, for pots, for window boxes. But I just want to recommend, if you've never done this before, plant a pot of lobelia just all on its own, because it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful in its own right. I think for ages we've almost been kind of psychologically trained into always putting lobelia in with other things.
Yeah, and I get it,
and
because you get the small flowers and it works well with your petunias and all the rest of it, and you get that contrast of the different shapes and colours, but it really is quite knockout and stand out all on its own.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Bex. I think it deserves a place on its own. Look at that there. I mean,
It's
just
so
in that
pretty.
little container, it's getting the light. And it's interesting as well, because when it's in the container, you can see there, it's not being made to compete with other plants, is it? So it's filled out a lot more, and it's kind of proud and standing there in its own right, full of all those gorgeous flowers. And look at the plant. I mean, that's a rooty beauty, isn't it, you've got there? That root system is fabulous. But look how multi-branched that tiny little plant is. And you can already see the trailing habit of that, the way those stems are coming out sideways and spreading out. So you can put these somewhere where they trail, or if you're like me and you don't like to see any soil at all, where there's that little tiny gap at the front of the border before it meets the grass, I always put something like this right at the very front.
Yeah, lovely.
Just to cover that last bit of soil. And the great thing about lobelia is they'll flower non-stop right up until autumn, or even sort of very, very early winter.
Yeah, and you don't need to do anything to them either. Just water and feed, and they'll just keep going for you. It is a double up deal, so that is a pack of 10, which you can get for £12.99. But if you put 2 into your basket, you'll get a second pack for just £4 more. So 410070 is the item number. You might even want to think about putting 4 packs into your basket, because you'll use those in so many different places in your garden. Right, we're just going to do a quick little review of some of the things that we're not going to see again during the last sort of 20 minutes of our show. Oh, Stu wants to have a look at something. Here's the lobelia. 10 garden-ready plants for $12.99. That is the YouGarden TV price. But 20 for $19.98, you need to do it our way. This is why you need to be watching YGTV, because we have the better deals. Put 2 into your basket, use the code, all of a sudden, look, $16.99, not $19.99. And of course, you're getting 20 of those as well as your free gift. The skyscraper lily bulbs included in there as well. I mean, that basket is great as it is. $23.98, saving $16.97. Of course, you're paying your $6.99 delivery cost. And if you want to get rid of that, just get your basket to over £40. Add in some compost, add in something else. Oh yes, definitely add in some Prisma planters. I think it'll take you a little while to get over your £40 with that though, because it's such an amazing deal. How many do we need to put in there, Stu? 5 and get 5, and there we are, we're over the £40 and we're getting free postage as well. That's a great little basket. All right, pens and papers then. Let's run you through some of the items we're not going to see for the last 20 minutes of the show, and then we'll come back and show you some other beautiful flowers. What a wonderful job we've got, Adam, eh?
We have. It's brilliant, isn't it, Bex?
Stand here, talk about plants. Lovely. Let's start with the purple eye, shall we? The the Tulbagia. What we've got here is a double up deal for you. You can get one of these in a 9cm pot, or we can double up for £14.98. We brought these out specifically because you love them, Adam.
I do, yeah. I think they're just so delicate and elegant, and they just flower their little socks off all summer long. And they're a great little plant, just for planting somewhere in a little gap or somewhere a little bit dry and sunny, undemanding, and they'll just kind of sit there in the background, just giving you that little bit of joy and pleasure all the way through the summer.
I like these. I think they're very, very elegant. I think you're absolutely right. 561285. Go for 1 for $9.99, or for £5 more, go for 2. Make sure you put 2 in your basket and you put your offer code in, YGTV2124. Now we've got Kapow! This is the Chilean guava, ornamental, edible, true multi-season feature plant here.
Yeah, evergreen, edible fruit, colourful fruit, the lovely little pink flowers that look brilliant in bud, but also little kind of pink lanterns hanging down when they open up. Red stems, very hardy, easy to grow. Yeah, just a great, great addition to the garden. Try this, you'll love it.
Yeah, 511562, 3 9cm pots, fully winter hardy, has our lifetime guarantee included, and of course it's a half price deal. Love those ones. Do think about adding that one. 511562 is the item number. Now then, if you want to take the hard work out of creating the most gorgeous hanging basket display or pot or a window box or anything you want to plant these in, this is the collection to go for.
Yeah, well, we call this our summer sky collection. The beautiful, beautiful blue sky, the gorgeous yellow sun, and the little puffy white summer clouds. I mean, that really is kind of, summer in a hanging basket, really, Bex.
Yeah, it's the designer display. We've picked the right ones, but you know what I mean. Is that they just work harmoniously together. The colour mix, the size and shape of the flowers, how they grow, it's been carefully put together so that you can have that designer look. You can win the secret hanging basket competition in your street. Everyone thinks I'm making this up, but I believe every street has a secret competition as to who's got the best hanging basket. Nobody talks about it, but we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
You can win just by going for this one. 400762 is the item number. 12 of those plug plants included. Do think about going for multiples of those if you're creating multiple baskets. Rhododendron next, this beautiful pink cosmopolitan that we've got. It's a £5 saving. Of course, rhododendrons are fantastic for their flowering display, but not just that.
Flowering display, you've got that evergreen glossy foliage that goods all the year through. Some of them have got, again, nice coloured stems. And that's another thing we're doing more on these shows, where we're trying to slow things right down for you and just look at all the other assets and facets of plants as well, because sometimes you see the obvious, but when you look a bit closer, you just see other interesting parts of a plant.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. 511094 is the item number if you want to go for the Rhododendron Cosmopolitan pink is a £5 saving, so do make sure you enter that offer code when you place your order. Hi, Stu's trying something new with the cameras there. Do make sure you put the offer code in, YGTV2124, so that you get that saving. Right, we are into the last 15 minutes, thereabouts, of our show. It has gone by today, isn't it? We will be back on Sunday, by the way. If you've missed some of the things today, we're going to be back on Sunday from 10 until 2 o'clock, our lovely 4-hour marathon on Sunday. So do come back and join us and see what we've got for you then as well. But for the last 15 minutes, let's talk to you about some beautiful flowers and plants, some of the favourites that you've seen so far. Here is the Rock Roses collection. 3 glorious colours in here.
3 colours, and easy to grow as well. I mean, you know, these perform year after year after year. They've got evergreen foliage. They create these huge mounds of flowers that go on for a good sort of couple of months or so, and they just grow in really poor, undemanding soils. They're one of these plants that just kind of gives so much, but for kind of so little input, and also they block out all coverage of the general election. No, I made that bit up. But no, they do look absolutely amazing. And I've got some. Well, I think I've got a couple of pics actually of some that my customer of mine's grown on our estate, and she's got hers in a really gravelly sort of front garden. It's really dry. It's quite sandy, poor soil, and they come back year after year. And literally, all you need to do after they finish flowering is just clip the tops off with a little pair of shears, and that's it. And they'll just come back year after year. They'll take really, really cold winters, hot, dry summers, great for seaside gardens, windy gardens, exposed positions. Brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. You can double up on those as well. You can go for a pack of 6 of those, or you can get a pack, 2 packs of 6. You can get 12 of them if you put 2 in your basket and enter in the offer code. Eleanor's got some on the way, apparently. She's got a spot saved to plant these in. We know you'll update us, Eleanor, once you get these sent out. So, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing your pictures. 2 of each of these colours will be delivered to your door once you place your order. Go to the website, YouGarden.com, to place your order. Or if you don't like doing it on the internet, go on the phone lines. There is a phone line there. Oh, hello. There is a phone line for you as well. 0844 502 0050. Just tell the operator you've got an offer code and they will apply all those discounts and savings and things for you. Right, we are on to the Sunbelievable next. We think, Andrew, we have you to thank because this has been super popular today. Andrew sent us in his pictures. Obviously, we tell you it's amazing, but there is nothing better than getting customer pictures, customer reviews, just to show us how amazing this is, okay? This is one angle. Look how many flowers are on there, and this is a snapshot, isn't it? One moment in time. What I can't get my head around, this is 12 weeks from Christmas Day.
25th of October, Andrew took this picture. There are 3 Sunbelievable plants there. But 25th of October. Can we remember where Andrew is in the country, Stu? He'll have a dig and find out. But anyway, 25th of October, that is still flowering its socks off.
And that's really getting into, because I mean, you think September, that's actually past the mid-autumn point, isn't it? I mean, you're closer to winter then than you are to summer by that point. Still looking that fantastic on those super compact plants as well. And you can see those plants are really compact and strong, because my guess is by about the 25th of October, we probably would have had a good few windy days already, you know, and a few kind of, you know, winter's coming kind of days.
We know October is milder, but we're still getting a bit chilly and potentially even a bit windy day.
But then, as you say, Bex, I mean, the way sort of things are changing, October doesn't tend to be quite that dreadful autumn month anymore. Quite often it can be quite mellow and warm, and you get a little bit of high pressure and blue sky. And when you've got something like that still packing a punch and smothered in colour, well, that's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And sunflowers are just very iconic summer flowers, aren't they? Very cheery, very bright. And of course, it's not just one on a great big, long, straight, tall stem. You're getting multiples of them because this plant cannot set seed. It just keeps giving you flower after flower after flower.
I think if that sunflower had arms, like, you know, and you were feeling a bit down one day, I think it would just hug you. It would. It'd give you a big hug and cheer you up.
Totally would.
That's how they make you feel.
Well, they're all going to come to you looking like that, with flowers, with loads of buds on, and they just keep getting better. Hundreds and hundreds of them over the summer period, right into autumn as well. And, of course, it's a half-price deal. So, Adam's Maths. get 2, you might as well. Right, coming on to our Alstroemeria, which you've got growing in your husband's got growing in his front garden.
And my lovely neighbour Jill on her garden got a huge patch of these. I'll give you an updated picture on Sunday because I am just due every night when I get home now to see this massive carpet of colour of these right the way up until November. They really are amazing plants. Very hardy, very easy to grow, lovely stout, wind-resistant, rain-resistant stems, make great cut flowers. And what I particularly enjoy about this variety as well is the contrast of the flower with the foliage.
That's what I love.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
The flower, I mean, the flowers are those lovely kind of hot colours, you know, you've got the peaches, the yellows, the reds, the oranges, the iconic tiger stripes that you see on Alstroemeria flowers. But then, I mean, this darkens as well, so this is fresh young foliage, but as this gets darker, the contrast between that foliage and those flowers is amazing. Elaine, this is her picture. You can see the little tips of the buds on the flowers. They're ready to burst open. Elaine, I cannot wait to see that once those flowers come out. That is going to be absolutely incredible. Everyone else, you can have this in your garden. These are ready to be dispatched to you. They are the jumbo plugs. Really, really rooty beauties on here. We've got an £8 saving. You can get these in your home and they will come back for you year after year as well. I just recommend, because I think I didn't strotch that bit of my garden and I can't see my Alstroemerias coming back up. I think the slugs and snails have had them. So my big recommendation is do get yourself a bit of strolch or whatever it is that you're using for slug and snail protection, because they do like to munch on Alstroemerias from what I can see anyway. 480255 if you want to go for those. We're coming back to the beautiful passion flower.
Look at this. I mean, could they? Yeah, they could not have given this a more appropriate name, could they? Passion flower. How can you look at that and not be passionate? I mean, that is just incredible. How that evolved, how that was created, how that came about, I just do not know. I mean, it is just phenomenal. The different layers, the different textures, the different colours, the different shapes. It's almost like a flower that's not from this world. It's almost like made up, like from another planet. It really is. Yeah. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. It's the word I like to use, beguiling. It's interesting. It's fascinating. It grows very, very quickly. It will cover a trellis work. It will grow up through other plants if you wanted to, like climbing roses, for example. The blue variety is very, very hardy. I will say in very, very extreme winters, the top growth gets knocked back, but every time I've seen it regrow from ground level and come back very quickly.
As far as care is concerned, you would prune it back a little bit, maybe in springtime anyway. So if there is any that's been damaged over the winter, you just prune that back, but it's quite a vigorous grower, so it will grow back, within that season quite happily.
It is vigorous, and what I've also seen it do as well is actually spread a little bit. Sometimes it sends little runners under the soil, and it will come up a little way from the actual parent plant. So yeah, it really wants to thrive. It really wants to grow. And if you're lucky as well, and we get a decent summer, these actual flowers then produce these almost like egg-shaped orange fruit, which again, just a little added fascination to the plant.
Yeah, I mean, they are, I don't think they're poisonous, I think they're edible, but they do not taste nice at all. So we basically leave them on, let the birds have them. It's another way of inviting, wildlife, pollinators, those sorts of things into our garden. 550334, we are in single figures. We don't expect it to be here on Sunday. If it is, great. Few of you will get hold of it on Sunday, but I don't think it's going to be here. Stu's giving me grief in my ear. He loves to give me grief, Stu. He's like, but if there's only 3 of them, I'm not going to talk about it. Well, I am.
Shall I unplug your talkback for you? Cut him off.
Just turn him down.
Yeah, just turn him down.
He's getting mad. Right, let's talk to you about the Prisma planters in the moss green colour, shall we? This one. He's taking the camera off us.
That's fine. He can't take our voices away. He can't.
He can.
No, he can't.
Stu's in charge of everything. I'm so sorry, Stu. I'm so sorry, Stu. Sorry, Stu. I'm so sorry. Right, the Prisma planters in the moss green. This has been a really phenomenal one of today. A lot of you have been going for these. The more you buy, the more you save. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Should we talk about how beautiful they are, and then I'll talk to you about the money?
Let's
talk about how good they are rather than just the price.
I tell you what struck me about these straight away was how rigid these are.
Yeah, these are, aren't they?
Really rigid pots, and you've got that little kind of little ribbon under the edge of the pot there, kind of reinforcing these parts. But I just like this. Now, Is there a technical name? There is a technical name for this kind of raised kind of, I can't think what it is.
Embossed?
Embossed. Yeah, it's like a type of embossing, isn't it? And it's embossed and distressed, and I like it. It just makes these, just look so expensive, so top end, so high end.
Yeah.
They really are great.
And I like the green colour as well, because actually it works. I think green. Okay, so I think it's going to work in all your planting schemes, but it'll also work with all your plants as well. Obviously, you've got green foliage, you've got some that are darker foliage that'll contrast nicely against the green as well. That'll look amazing in there. These will look amazing in here as well.
Let's try the sunflower. Oh, that looks rather nice in there, doesn't it?
I mean, honestly, the green works so well. I've got hostas growing in, which is obviously lovely, luscious green foliage. They work beautifully in the green pot as well. So, even more than any other colour of pot, I think that the green works nicely.
Oh, he looks nice in there.
Oh, yeah, like that.
Or she.
See, you might want to go for a contrasting colour to make that stand out even more. But actually, I quite like that the green on green. That looks nice, beautiful. Yeah. And then you'd put maybe some stone in here as well, some different coloured stone to highlight.
You could go for some black stone, actually. That might look quite good.
This goes well with.
Every time you say it, I'm going to go,
All right, let me talk to you about the price, because they are amazing pots. Obviously, you've got the drainage, you've got the raised bits, you've got the channels as well. They're frost-resistant, UV stabilised. So these are really good quality pots and a perfect size too. But let's talk to you about the pricing, shall we? Because it used to be £7.99. That's the label that is on there. But what we've done is bring the price down to £6.99. But we've also added in another little promo mechanic, as we call them. It's a buy one. Oh, it's upside down, isn't it? But it is a buy one, get one free. So £6.99, put one in your basket, enter the code YGTV2124. We'll put another one into your basket for you. That means it's £3.50 each pot. If you put two into your basket and enter the code YGTV2124, we'll put another two into your basket, and it's those two become free. And now we're paying £5.99, but you're getting 4 pots, which works out at £3 each. Well, you're getting 4 because it's buy one, get free. So £3 each. If you put 5 into your basket, let's see what happens to the maths here. Watch the price. Are you ready? Boom. So it's £4.99 per pair. So it works out at £2.50 each pot. And the final one is if you put 10 of these into your basket. We've got to do 5 more clicks here. 7, 8, 9. Now watch the price this time. Boom, £3.99 a pair. So it's £2 per pot, or £1.80 in the club. So you can see what we're talking about. The more you buy, the more you're going to save. 3 people, I believe, have taken advantage of that 10 pot deal. So 10 pots in your basket, you'll get 10 for free. That's pretty good, isn't it? No stock warning on these. We have got plenty of them, but they are on rundown at the moment. And that price... Oh, hang on. The amount we've sold... Maybe there is a stock update. Oh, Stu. All right, we've still got a few. We're fine for the time being. You can still get hold of some if you are watching right now. Stu's going to have a little look at those stock levels for us. Oh, it's a fifth of the stock. We're all right for now. These will still be here on Sunday as well. 20% of that has gone since yesterday. All right, that's quite a lot.
That's a big chunk in one day.
That is quite a lot.
If that was a pick of the day in the olden days, we'd be like, oh, that's not going to make it. Yeah.
Need to fill some hours. All right, those are your Prisma planters. The more you buy, the more you save. They are excellent, and we know a lot of you are going for those. The other little pot deal that we've got going on is
yours were...
Mine are a buy one, get one free. Adam's are a...
Buy one, get 2 free.
There you go. So put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV2124. We'll put another 2 into your basket for you. Slightly smaller, but love that because you get this lovely sort of tiered effect when you're planting with your pots in different sizes. Square pots will fit nicely in between round pots as well, because obviously the pointy bit will fit into where the rounded bits go.
I like that.
Loads of you have got hold of these already, but there's lots of different things we can do with these, aren't there?
My favourite idea, well, your favourite idea that I liked was steps. I like the idea when you say if you've got a flight of steps.
If you've got a 2-level garden and you've got steps there, you can put these down either side of the steps and create that lovely
and they just fit ideally, don't they, in those little corners as well. And these are great because these are pots that are easy to change because they're not big, so it's inexpensive to change them from one season to another.
Yeah, and they're going to work for so many different things. things. I mean, summer bedding, annuals, you can put some of your spring bulbs in here as well. Your winter bedding will go in here. Herbs, yeah, absolutely. And it just means it's very inexpensive for you to change over regularly throughout the season. And I love that. Just change the look and feel of your garden. Buy one, get two free. 130272 is the item number. We are sadly going to say goodbye to you right now. We've got 30 seconds left, but we will, all of us, me, Adam, Stu, we will all be here on Sunday for a lovely little 4-hour show. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have your company. You can share all your pictures with us and we'll show them all on our YGTV show as well. Do remember to use the offer code YGTV2124. With every purchase that you make, you will get a free gift, but it's all unlocked with that offer code, all the savings, all the deals. Thank you so much for your company. Thank you so much for your knowledge and company. And we will see you all on Sunday. Bye.